In person, I sound low.
Yeah.
And then when I'm DJing, I'm just like
mad loud.
Yeah.
Another level with it.
Yeah. And then I do like voiceovers and stuff like that for like the station or whatever. Like I do
DJing, you cloudy.
Word. All right. New week, new episode. You now tune into the Tony Central podcast. It be your host, Famine.
Yeah.
And Mello.
Cloudy.
And our special guest today is DJ Mike Medium.
What up? Just took a nice little shot of vodka, by the way.
You like it? How you
It's very smooth, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep
Shout
saying
out to
vodka
in Virginia.
Shout out to Vodka.
Yes.
Trying to get over here in Jersey.
Yeah.
Before we start this episode, let people know, TonyCentralPodcast.com. We on iTunes, Google Play Music, TuneIn, PodBay, audioBoom, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube. You can actually watch our full videos now. This is season 2, episode 39.
Woo.
And
39.
But let me ask you a question though.
Hashtag.
Wow. I like that. I was saying this off mic, but like I really like the marketing you guys have right here. Like this little flyer is really, really dope. And
doesn't it feel like we're like hitting characters from the new Grand Theft Auto coming out?
Yes. I'm pretty sure that's who you hired. You hired that particular
I'm
person.
the one that does all the designs.
Get the fudge out of here.
Yeah. I'm the one that emailed you for the pictures so I could do the flyer for tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
You designed this?
Yeah. That's me right there and that's him right there.
Are you fucking with
me? Yeah.
You're a graphic designer?
Yeah. I just don't put it out there because I produce and I'm an artist. So, when you do so much shit, people be like, stick to this, whatever. But when you keep it hidden, everybody's like, yo, whoever you hire for that is dope.
You know what's funny? I designed too.
Where?
Yeah. Like that was well, that's part of the story, but yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. I don't put it out there either.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Is it for the same reasons he don't put it out there?
Well, the thing is like when you're doing those things, then people start associating you with that.
Yeah.
And that's not really what that doesn't make me happy every day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, true.
So that's kind of how I am right now. Like I only do things that make me happy. Period.
Yeah.
Period. Like there's no like you're really living life to like just be happy.
Exactly.
And be financially free. So like that's how I look at it. Anyway, sorry, I was stopping y'all. From
that's cool.
I just wanted to shout out the nice design because this thing is fire.
Good looking.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That's a nice way to start the episode with a compliment.
Yeah. I think you're the only first person that ever said that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I just like art. And I like aesthetic and like the prep work, like just watching you guys direct in the background, like with the camera work and like hey, like you're doing this, you're doing that, with like I could tell like A, you're professional, B, like you're on point and like you really like doing what you're doing. So like that's, I mean, you already know, but like that's already like the format to becoming like overly successful. You know what I'm saying? Like what I see from you guys doing what you're doing is exactly what people that I see on a high caliber do consistently.
Well,
trust me, and I've been to a lot of like podcasts and like a lot of stuff, and like
really,
these people don't really do half the stuff you're doing. So
really appreciate
if you continue that, like you're not gonna have an issue.
Well, we really appreciate that.
The first person in 39 episodes.
Tony Central podcast, baby.
I mean, that's just how I am. That's just how I am. You know what I'm saying?
We
like,
appreciate it though.
Yeah, because I know what it is. I know how it is. Like, I can't like I came up with these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like in North Brunswick or whatever. And I didn't really know that I could become what I am right now. You know what I'm saying? But like, you don't really have to have too much talent to like get to where I am or where other people are. You just have to like be consistent. You have to be persistent. You have to have a work ethic, an unbelievable work ethic.
Yeah.
You have to, and care about everything all the way down to like cleaning your ears. You have to really like, and it sounds fucked up and funny, but like you really have to care about every single thing that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And I know it sounds like overly OCD, but that's just how I am. Like I don't like, I know I'm off on a tangent, but keep going.
No. But
that's, and
honestly speaking, but that's how I am. Like even when I do artwork to mixing the audio, producing beats, and being an artist and video directing and all that stuff, I won't let nothing hit out there without making sure it's 100%.
Right.
You know what I mean? 'Cause it's like, that's one thing as growing up, I remember I met somebody and he told me, he's like, you have to work like it's your last day.
Oh,
and when you present something, you got to make sure that could be your only chance. So if you present something that is wrong or it doesn't sound right, some people might not even give you their opinion. And like, let's say you show them a record, just because the quality ain't right, they probably ain't gonna get that, like, okay, I think the record's good. You know what I mean? Sometimes people don't have that even moment or time to be sit down and actually listen to a record. But sometimes the record might not be that good, but the quality sounds and the bass is knocking and the kick and the vocals, you're like, wow, that record's dope. You know
Absolutely. I forgot the name of the artist. Yeah, what was the name of the artist that we was playing?
88 Glam.
Yeah, I heard that this morning.
Okay.
And I didn't know who these guys were, but the bass, say it again? 88 Glam. The bass and the snares, and I'm a beats guy first.
Yeah.
You know, I came up as a producer.
Word.
And the beats were banging. I was sold, and then I heard the words after, and I was like, all right, this is it. Like, and I posted on my IG this morning. Like, that's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have usually you have one shot to make a first impression. Especially
now, I think it's the hardest to not to get into the game, but to get somebody's attention. No, because there's so much things coming out. Like we have a chat, right, with us, everybody part of the podcast family, and we always talking about, you know, yo, you saw what this guy posted or this new music. And I think it was either last week or the week before. It's like 5 albums came out, and I was like, "Damn, how am I actually gonna sit down to listen to an album?" You know?
Yo.
So it's like now
Chris
it's just
Brown dropping with 40 something.
Yo, that's like 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm still trying to listen to it. And it dropped last week. I'm still trying to listen to all the records.
I ain't even have
you
enough
try
energy.
it.
I didn't have enough energy. I was like, yo, I can't. I mean, I gotta dedicate like a whole day for that.
Word,
like, for that.
Nah, I usually have like designated times, like because I feel like you have time to do almost everything every day, but like, you know, like when I'm going to work or coming back from work, you know, I'll listen to a lot of music, and usually like I work in a music environment, so like I could listen to music all day, every day. So that's pretty much what I do.
Which that's a blessing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, I made it into that because I used to work retail before, and I hated it. You know what I'm saying? When I worked retail, I couldn't listen to as much music as I wanted to. So then I decided and manifested to like, hey, I need to get into something that I could listen to music all day, every day, no matter what. Yeah. That's literally probably like my life. That was my life goal, like just to listen to music all day, every day.
Now, for those that don't know who Mike Medium is, where Mike Medium was born?
I was born in Newark, New Jersey, 89. So last
Brick City,
Brick City. Shout out to Brick City.
Okay. How many years you lived there?
Oh man, probably like maybe like 7 to 10 years or something like that. I can't remember. It gets fuzzy because like, you know, I don't know if I'm just blocking things on purpose out of my memory, but like, you know, Newark was real nuts. You know what I'm saying? But then I moved to Union after that, and then I stayed there for a little bit, and then I went because it started to creep into Union, because like I think, I don't, like, if y'all remember like living in Newark or whatever, like the Bloods was big back then. Yeah. So like we was heavy blood like affiliated back there. I think that was like Crip and shit like that, whatever. But it started creeping into Union. So then like that's when like we moved to North Brunswick, which was like so far away from fucking Newark. It's not even funny.
Like 25, 30 minutes away.
It made it sound like it was like the next town over. So,
yeah. But
one thing I wanted to ask you, because I think you might be probably our third or fourth guest that said they from Newark. We had Rolling Stone P.
Oh yeah, shout out to Rolling Stone P, man.
Which he's doing his thing now.
Yeah, shout out to Drewski, all that.
He released a new crazy ass video. Yeah. And before he came to do our interview, Mello sent a video to us that he did an interview with Drewski. And what I found so dope about it is that he says, if you are from Newark, like, it's beautiful. But like people that were never born and raised there, we see Newark as a dark place. Right. So like, you being born there, like how you saw Newark growing up?
I didn't really notice any of the crazy stuff until later on in life. Like, I remember
you
like,
was already out.
Yeah, I remember like when I was younger, like I would just chill outside, and one day I was chilling outside, just having fun or whatever, and then like some random dude just walked into my crib and then left, and that was it. So I just remember that image. And then later on in life, my mom was
wait, he just walked in, just like he ain't grabbed nothing from the fridge.
I just thought he was, you know, a friend of the family or something like that, whatever. And then later on, like my mom and my dad told me, like, yeah, we got robbed, and
oh shit, that was not Santa. That was not Santa.
So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't really know that. And then like one day I came from school, and the house smelled like what it's smelling like right now, but it wasn't weed. Our house got burnt. By, I think it was by a crackhead or something like that, whatever. So we was just living in a burnt crib for a little bit.
In Newark.
What part of Newark you would say is that?
Oh my God, it was on not Vauxhall Road, Stuyvesant Ave. It was definitely on Stuyvesant Ave near the fire department. Right next to like this elementary school. I can't remember the exact address or anything like that, because I know somebody's living there right now, so I don't want to give that out. But yeah, so that's where I used to live, and like it was, to me it was chill, like, but I know what he means. Like it was, you know, it was pretty cool growing up there. But I didn't really know what life would be like after the age of 16 for some reason. I don't know. I just always had that feeling. And then when I went to North Brunswick, that's when I started like hanging with other people that like had goals to like go to college and shit like that, or whatever. And I was like, oh shoot, this, okay, all right, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever.
Okay.
So right now, if you think about it, if you would have stayed in Newark, do you think you would have had a different outcome of life as what you're doing now?
I'm pretty sure that I would have a different outlook on life, because like I go back now, and I just see people's mindset and stuff like that or whatever. But it's not like you can't make it out there and anything like that. It's just more so like it depends on your, like I said, will, work ethic, you know, consistency and stuff like that. But sometimes, you know, it all depends, and, you know, the school system too and stuff like that or whatever. But that's just, I don't know. I just thank God about how my, you know, education kind of went through. I can't even say the right sentence right now, but
it's cool.
I'm just happy. I'm just happy how my life.
Which college you went to?
I went to William Patterson University.
William Patterson.
Yeah, shout out to Willie P.
And what you went to college for?
I started going to college for electric computer engineering, and then I knew that wasn't gonna make me happy, so like I changed it to history, and then I said fuck that, because history is boring. Trust me, I love history, but like I thought I was gonna be a teacher or whatever. But I only did all that just to like please my parents. My family's Haitian, so like you know, they would, you know, doctor, lawyer, and all that stuff like that. I'm sure everybody's family wants you to be a doctor or a lawyer.
Family, that's
like if you're not from America, or you're not from like, you know, wherever, like your family's like from another country, like they're gonna want you to be like, you know,
that's like the
profession.
bar, right?
Like
doctor, lawyer, anything in that field.
Because the way they see, well, I'm assuming, but the way they see it is like that's how you get respected out. You know what I mean? Like being a lawyer,
like that's like
you know,
honorable.
Like,
well, also pay. You know, it's mainly the pay, because
definitely.
like when you're in college, like you're, you know, it's whatever. But I'm pretty sure it's all about pay. At least from my parents, it was about pay, benefits, and like retiring, so that you can like provide for your family and all that other stuff. Because like everything else was like, you know, how you gonna survive DJing? Like my dad is literally just figuring out that DJing actually makes money. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, you ever heard this Calvin Harris guy? You're like, yo, he's making millions of dollars. So I was like, he doesn't talk like that. He talks like an old Haitian man. But you know, like that's like he's just starting to figure that out. And I'm like, nah, like there's ways you can like do what you want. Like nowadays, not even nowadays, like this time of life right now, you can do anything you want and get bread for it.
Definitely.
Like there's this artist that came by the station the other day, like, and he's making money. He's making a living off of just being a regular artist. You know what I'm saying? Like he uses like, I forgot this program, like TuneCore or whatever, and like, you know, every time somebody streams his record and stuff like that, he makes bread. You know, he makes some bread.
Royalties.
So
and all
you gotta
that.
learn how to like figure out how to make these things work for you. You know what I'm saying? So like that's just how I looked at it. I was like, I'm gonna figure out how to make music work for me.
Now, what inspired you to get into music?
Oh, Wyclef, it's mad random, but
Wyclef.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say that, but before we started recording, him holding the guitar was like, "Yo, he look like Ron Clef."
Yeah,
now that Clef cut his hair too.
Yeah. No. Well, my dad used to be in a band in Haiti, and he was a guitar player, and he also played bass as well too. So like when I was younger, I wanted to just play the drums and be cool, like every other kid and stuff like that, or just whatever. But my dad was like, no, you're gonna play the guitar. So I had to enroll in guitar school for like 7 years or whatever. And so I learned how to play guitar, just blues and jazz. And then like whenever I got a chance, I got to play like some rock or whatever. Yeah. So I got into hip hop through like Wu-Tang, and then like that's when I heard like Wyclef was Haitian and he did hip hop, and it was like the Fugees and stuff. I was like, yo, first of all, the Carnival album is probably one of the greatest albums of all time. Let's be very fucking clear about that. Wow, you know what I'm saying? Let's be very clear about that.
You're the first 39 episodes. It's your first person to actually.
But like you guys, any hip hopper, like the Carnival is a classic.
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
it's a classic. But the Fugees is a classic, like clearly, but like the Carnival is a classic, like the first
Carnival.
So like I forgot what song I heard, but like I think it was No Woman No Cry, and then like I just started crying or some shit like that, whatever. Like I know it's mad weird. I know it's mad weird, but like it made me think at a young age. It was like, yo, music really like touches people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think all of us in some way, shape, or form, we're all looking for some sort of control. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I was like, some way, shape, or form, I can control somebody's emotion through music. You know what I'm saying? Whether I make a mixtape or whether I play the guitar or whatever. Yeah. Like I just thought it was dope that like we could all listen to like, you know, like I was gonna say Guantanamera, but I don't want you to think I was racist. That's because he has a record on there. He has a record on there, Guantanamera.
That's a big record.
But we could all listen to like, you know, this is how we do it, and then sing all together, and we're all connected, whether we're white, black, you know, Puerto Rican, Haitian, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We could all sing the same song and then be connected in that way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that's how I got into music. You know what I'm saying? Mainly through that. My brother, obviously, he's my older brother. So like, you know, Wu-Tang and like, you know, Inspector Deck, Jay Dilla and like Mos Def and all this other stuff. Like, I'm a big Ninth Wonder fan now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of things.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I mean, one thing people gotta understand that I think music is one thing that it will always bring you back to that time when you first heard that record.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. So no matter where you heard that record, if you're in love with a chick, huh?
You guys hear that?
Yeah, it's from other rock and roll people.
Oh my bad. I thought my ears was fucked up.
Nah, that's cool. And that's one thing. Like even if you dating a chick or you dedicate a song to some chick, like. Yeah. And you guys don't see each other for 10, 15 years. When they play that record, you're always going to remember that time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There's power in frequencies,
my ex literally just hit me the other day.
Yeah.
There's power in frequency. So,
yeah.
So one thing that you did mention, you said that you were a producer. You still a producer?
I stopped producing, but like my goal is to always come back to that.
Okay.
My goal is to always come back to that, but the overall plan is to kind of come back to that in a certain way. So like, you know, I'm building connections right now and whatever, and I'm gonna definitely get back to that. But I produced for over like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like I started in high school, so like 2003, and then I think I stopped officially like in 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
Because like, yo, artists was man, like
was that a venture? Was that your first venture as a creative? Producing or like you never got into like rapping and nothing like that?
Oh yeah, I mean I used to be like in middle school. Chris will probably remember this. Like I forgot me, Humberto. Humberto's ass. Sorry, I said his government. My bad.
No.
Zap. But I used to be in like a crew or whatever, and like I used to rap like crazy. But like I used to rap about guns and stuff. Like I didn't know anything about that. Yeah. I was like, yo, DIE, you smart decoder. I don't know what I said. I was saying some random stuff. But I would write. I did every form of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like I rapped. I did graffiti.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I was a break dancer. You know what I'm saying? DJ at a young time and like beatbox and like all that stuff. Like I did all of those things. You know what I'm saying? Like
and so what made you gravitate to DJing? More than any other of the, you know what I mean, the arts.
Well, producing definitely got me into, like, I got addicted to producing. Like, I was like, I don't even remember my last 2 years of high school because like every day I would probably cut class. You used to produce too, right, Chris?
Not really.
Okay, because I remember like you used to be in our little realm a little bit, but like when I produced, I got like real stuck on it, and I researched and I was reading an article from like Cypher Sounds did an interview with somebody, and he was saying that he used to produce. I didn't even know he used to produce. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. DJ Nuff used to produce. You know what I'm saying? So then like Cypher said that that all his favorite producers were DJs like Premier and Pete Rock and all these people. And I was like,
I think that's just something that comes like as a DJ produce, like, you know what I mean?
No, but they were I think they were both DJ and producer at the same time. But like I was trying to, because I would make boom bap beats. Like I'm not a big fan of like the whole like. Not a big fan, but as a producer, I wasn't a big fan of like, you know, the 808s and all that stuff like that. I like, you know, chopping up samples, like going through like old records. Like that. And
that's why the DJ comes from, when you play them records, and you know what I'm saying?
Right. So so then I was like, you know what? Let me start DJing, like, cause maybe that's why my records aren't getting picked up or something like that. Yeah. I would always get placements, but like my records wouldn't like be like. It wouldn't be like the video, like it wouldn't be the single or something like that, whatever. Yeah. So I was like, you know, maybe I need to start it. So then when I was in college, in William Patterson, like I got into the college radio station by accident, because like my professor made us like join a club, you know what I'm saying? So like I was like, yo, I just want to make beats. I don't know if there's a make beats campus or a club or anything like that, but like that's what I want to do. So I was like, yo, why don't you just go to a radio station? And it was like, we have a radio station? Like I didn't even know we had a radio station. So then like she was like, yeah, just go upstairs. So I was like, oh, okay. So I went upstairs, you know, I applied, and then once I got in, I interned, and then I became the production director there. So I started producing, you know, sweepers and commercials and stuff like that or whatever.
Nice.
And then I got my own show. So then when you go into the studio, they have this like coffin, and once you open the coffin, there's like 2 turntables and like an iPod mixer or something like that. And I was like, has anybody used this? And they was like, nah, like maybe somebody used it in like the 80s or something like that. But I was like, okay. So then like I used the iPod mixers to like play music, and I was trying to transition to like an Aaliyah record to some other record, and it didn't sound good. It sounded awful, like trying to transition into it, and I just got really frustrated. So I started researching, and I was like, what can I do to like make it match? And so then like I just did mad research, and that's how I got hooked on DJing. I was like, all right, I need to figure out how to make these records match together. And then once I got hooked, it was the same feeling I had when I started making beats, you know what I'm saying? So like I was all in, like I was DJing every single day. Like I started off with a controller, you know what I'm saying? So F y'all with the whole real DJs thing. Like that's all I could afford, you know what I'm saying? Like so then that's how I started DJing, and then like I did gigs and you know, throughout the college campuses and stuff like that. So that's how I got really into DJing, you know what I'm saying? Through making beats, and then, you know, in college, that's when I started. Like,
now, being the fact that you said that, because I was going to bring it on later on, but it's perfect because you said it now. How do you, because I seen your pictures, you DJ, what the hell is that? You DJ with records?
Oh, well, not like vinyl, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying
turntables, the picture that you're referring to is like me on a CDJ. But where I was at, the only thing that could work is like a CDJ. But I prefer vinyl. Okay. 1000%, because
now, because you say vinyls, and the reason why I say this is because I don't know if this question will match with other stuff that I'm trying to say, but let's say, for example, when it comes to rapping and people, you know, get criticized because you have ghostwriters. Producers might get criticized because as a beat maker, you have 5 people producing one record, but one person might just get the credit. When it comes to DJing, being the fact that everything changed from carrying, you know, crates. 30 boxes of crates to now everything being in your face, that you can actually see when you want to blend in a record. How you say you learn and how to do it. What do you think as far as DJing? Like, how will you respect somebody trying to be a DJ if they like? Will you say like, oh, you know, he's not a, like, you know, some people might say he's not a real producer because he just pressed buttons and that's it. Like back in the days, people were actually like me. I used to use the MPC 2000. It was just a little screen that I had to read everything. Now you can see everything in the computer and say, you know what, that wave is too big. Let me bring it small. Boom, perfect. Now, as a DJ, everything is right in your face.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like probably every single format of life has changed except for like the school system.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But you know, you're supposed to progress. You know what I'm saying? Music progresses. You know, technology progresses. My thing is like what really gets me tight is like if you're a DJ and like you're just playing pre-recorded mixes or you're doing your stuff through Ableton or whatever, then it's like you're just like come on, like especially if you're getting paid like a lot of bread. I'm like, yo, come on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I don't really fault people like when they're first starting out or anything like that, because like, you know, I feel like I'm the little guy at the end of the day. Like I'm your average man, because like, you know, that's just how I feel. So like whenever somebody's doing something brand new, I always cut them some slack, because you know, at the end of the day, like you're still learning, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to seek knowledge, then you're already good to go. Like you're good. But if you're a person that doesn't care about the culture and you don't, you know, research and do your stuff like that, like I thank God I had mentors, you know what I'm saying, in the game that were respectable, and like they taught me like, hey, look, you need to touch vinyl. Of course. Don't even look at a laptop. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're able. This is a needle. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, like these are like, this is how you cue things. Yeah,
the reason why, I'm sorry to cut you off. The reason why I say this is because I want to put it quick into rap. Let's say your Wu-Tangs, your old school rappers, and then you got these young kids now that people say, oh, it's mumble rap or whatever, and they just drop one record and it takes off. And then you have these old school dudes that look at them like, yo, but that's not real hip hop. So that's why when it comes to DJing, like, is there any way? Maybe you might not feel like that.
To me, it's just the pre-recording.
The pre-recording.
The pre-recording is like, that's not real DJing. Like, you're not really DJing.
Especially when you, let's say, if they got Mike Medium in the New Year's party, the DJ in front of 3,000 people, you feel like you have to go there and do it live in front of people.
Yeah. Okay. Always. Like I like being in the present. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's no feeling like the present. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. But like any DJ that like pre-records their mixes or like just don't know how to mix or anything like that, like I can't even vibe with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna really criticize you, but I won't really, in my opinion, I won't respect you. But I'm not to that level where I can say like, you know, my word is like, you know, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not, you know, funk flex or anything like that. But like, you know, like, but
you do come from an old school era, which that's very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we're all millennials at the end of the day. So like we came from like when we didn't have cell phones and computers and all that stuff like that to like where it is right now. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like barbarians,
dinosaurs.
First of all, I don't even know how we were all able to meet in one place and at a random spot. I couldn't even tell you how we did that before GPS. Like yo, let's meet at the movies. Like where
is new?
You used to use MapQuest, and he used to be like, stop at the gas station. Like I missed the block too.
I don't even know. Like
it's crazy.
For real. Like, I remember like my parents had to drive to Connecticut one time. I think I think we used actual maps, like actual like paper maps.
Yeah. That you get in the gas station. You can still get them shits at the gas station too.
For the tourists, they still have those. Welcome to New Jersey.
So but yeah, to me, like if you pre-record your mixes, like I can't vibe with you. But if you're a beginner DJ and you're still learning, like do you know what I'm saying? Do you until you get it right. And that's it. But definitely learn on vinyl. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, you know, do what you can afford. That's how I look at it. Do what you can afford. Because I don't have $1 million, you know what I'm saying? And most people don't have $1 million. So do what you can afford, you know what I'm saying? I started off on CDJs.
Not for nothing like
but you still invest in your craft though at the end of the day.
Oh yeah. You have to, you know what I'm saying? Like even with producing, is no fucking
What you
joke.
started with as a producer?
FL Studios. Fruity Loops back then. But I started with that, and then
you jumped to any machines?
So later on, that's when I started jumping into like MPCs and like buying vinyl and things like that, because I really wanted to like get because I was trying to figure out how to get that sound like there's that digital sound, but then there's that real like analog like.
I try to tell people
crackle and pop.
I have one of my people, right? He's like, why? Like he said, I do hip hop beats and I sample, but I can't get that sound. And I try to tell him like, you gotta understand MPCs 2000, like the one I have. The reason why it sounds the way it is because of the bit. You only have 16-bit. Now, the way what technology is, it's like 32.
516.
You know, exactly. So that's the reason. It don't matter how clean you try to do the sound. When you import it, it's going to sound like that. So it's just like with a camera. If there's an old school look, you want to, you know what I mean? You have to use that type of camera. Like
a lot of filmmakers, like some would say they use they want to use like the 8mm. They don't like using like the digital cameras, but they want to use the regular film, regular film, and that gives it like that gives the film like more texture.
Yeah.
Compared to like
you don't really have to Photoshop nothing. It's like it already comes like that.
Yeah.
No
but
filters.
And it's all the same thing for designing too.
Because
like
not for nothing, when people even like let's say when they do beats or they do audio, when they put plugins and stuff like that, they try to look for plugins that make it sound like it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So it's like they use those equipment and it's just naturally like, you know what I mean?
But that equipment is expensive.
Oh no, of course. Like SP1200, I want to get one of them used. And it's still like thousands. I'm like, Jesus, bro, this machine's from the 80s.
You know, was it ASR?
Yeah.
Whatever.
And those are the original 808s.
Yeah,
that's where it started from.
Yeah.
Before all this digital stuff, that's where it came from. The Roland 505, like all them shit.
Yo, but
this water about to be
real quick,
my bad.
What?
That's cool.
In like, what was the first you could say big record that when you were getting into DJing? That you was like, okay, that was that big record that you was spinning all the time and
oh man, do I remember it? Oh shit.
Well, before you even answer that, what you will say like you already started getting on into DJ, like, you know, maybe DJ in a place and stuff like that.
Well, the first gig I ever had was I got hired for the NAACP. And they gave me a nice little check.
Yeah,
as a beginning.
That was my first gig.
Yeah, but okay, what does that playlist look like?
I mean,
like you're not playing Juvenile.
I mean,
back that ass up.
Nah. It was actually supposed to be like a regular party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a regular party, just like play clean music or whatever. But like, it was dead in there, man. Like it was super dead. But I got a nice little check though. So I
around mad. What year you would say that was?
2010, 11? Yeah, around that time. Yeah, around that time. Yeah, 2010 to 2011.
So you're talking about Rick Ross getting real hot at that time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drake.
Okay.
Definitely. That Rihanna was still piping hot. You know what I'm saying? You said all the big ones. You definitely said all the big. Hov was still obviously doing his thing. J. Cole.
Not for nothing, Hov, I feel like any year you say he never disappeared.
Yeah, he was around.
Even people, they say, "Oh, I didn't like the album."
There was that one song. Some people wasn't messing with Kingdom Come.
No, a lot of people wasn't messing with that. But he still.
Kanye was piping hot.
No, yeah, Kanye.
You know.
Oh, as a matter of fact, in that year, I think is when he dropped that, which is one of my favorite albums. Is My
Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Yeah.
Because I remember he dropped with Laura Banks, Hung Up for More Too, and Nicki Minaj dropped Her Pink.
All like greatest album of all time, My Beautiful Dark Twisted. One of the greatest albums of all time, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Let's be very clear.
Really?
Yeah, I love that.
Very clear.
I love that.
One of the greatest albums of all time.
Better than College Dropout and.
From Kanye? Yeah, definitely.
Oh man, I don't know.
I'm a College Dropout.
I love College Dropout.
I love College Dropout.
But he has a great discography. Let's just call it what it is. Like,
no. I definitely know what you're talking about. But you know what is it with that album that you said? I just feel like I remember the process of him releasing that project. I feel like when he did that, it's like, nigga, I'm Kanye West now. You know what I mean? Like when he did College Dropout, you still hear the Rockefeller behind it. You know what I mean? When he did the album, he's talking about that, which is one of my favorite. It was just like, I'm in my own world now. You know what I'm saying?
He was really in his own world. He's though, but
that's true.
Having Monster with Rick Ross, Jay, and
Nicki Minaj, yep. So Appalled, Swiss Beats, like all that. You know what I'm saying?
The intro produced.
You can name every. You can name like that. You have a great album when you can name literally almost every song. Like I feel like you can name every song.
And just when
you know the words.
I remember he released the cover and it was a big problem, so he had to blur it out.
And
Like
he's a genius, bro. Yeah. Kanye is one of those, man. A lot of people like he's.
I don't even remember if I met him, but I really want to like meet him and like sit down and talk to him. Like that's who I like pattern myself after, like consistently. Like like when he was, because he made beats, you know what I'm saying, and he rap. I don't want to rap, but he rapped, and then like, you know, he's just a genius. He likes art. You know what I'm saying?
You know
like,
what's crazy? That he lived in Newark for a while.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he moved to Newark. He didn't even know where he was going, and then he just kept going back and forth to New York. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, shopping his beats. You know what I'm saying? So that's who I definitely want to meet. That's on my hit list right there.
And who was your favorite DJ? growing up?
Cypher Sounds was definitely one of my favorite DJs.
Nice.
The reason why I say that is because obviously Flex is up there, but that's like saying Hove, like you don't even want to say that. You don't even want to say that no more. You know what I'm saying? But like,
I like
but shout out to Flex.
guy.
No, but shout out to Flex. You know, that's definitely my mentor right there. You know, I salute him all day. Thank you. You know,
no, because I'm a Jay-Z fan. So when you say that,
when you mention Hove, he gets excited.
When you say Jay-Z, just like
no. Hove has one of my best lines. You know what I'm saying? He said it with Drake or whatever. He was like, my eyes bloodshot, but my jet don't lag. And that's probably like my favorite line ever because like he's still busting his ass, you know what I'm saying? And you know, you see the fruits of his labor, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how I look at it. You know, that line always kept me through the years. But Cypher Sound's definitely one of my favorite DJs because his personality just kind of came off very well. Like he's funny, you know, very personable, dope DJ, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and he came from like, you know, the era of like carrying crates and stuff like that, whatever. And he made it under Flex, you know what I'm saying? So that on alone should tell you something. You know what I'm
that's true.
Like, so I liked him a lot, and I liked his work ethic.
Is he still DJing?
Oh, absolutely.
I know he took the comedy shit to another level. Bro.
Yeah.
Did Cypher ever drop a mixtape? Like a mixtape album?
A bunch of mixtapes. No, not album.
Like official album?
Like one of those, you know what I mean? Like Flex dropped.
I think he did like something with Priority or something like that, whatever, like a long time ago. But like to my knowledge, I don't know if he actually dropped like a full length like album. I know he's A&R'd a lot of.
Nina Sky.
Nina Sky.
Nina Sky, Family. You know what I'm saying? Like he did a lot of Rockefeller stuff. You know, a lot of Star Trek stuff or whatever.
He was like a podcast. He started like the podcast wave.
Oh yeah, with
hip hop. Yeah, Rosenberg. Yeah.
Him and
Juan Epstein, right?
Yeah, Juan Epstein.
I mean, they have OD episodes now, bro.
Yeah. But the first podcast, the first real hip hop podcast that I really listened to, and y'all probably don't know who this is, but Tony Costa. They kind of started out like y'all, by the way, but like it was this black guy from California, and his co-host was like these other people, and he had this girl named Devi Dev, who's a big personality now in Houston.
Yeah,
So that's like the first real hip hop podcast that I know of. But they would talk about like relationships. They would also talk about hip hop. They would talk about sports, like everything. You know what I'm saying? And it was the first of its kind. Like they made it seem like it was like a real morning show. And then that's when I also after that that's when I heard Juan Epstein. But I think Juan Epstein made it popular to have a podcast.
Take it to the next.
It's crazy where the podcast is now. Like it's like everybody is like, yo, I have a podcast. You know what I mean? Like it's dope, man. It's like I admire, you know, Peter and Cypher Sounds and Drink Champs and
all of these guys is doing it.
You know who I'm following now in his podcast too, because I love his Instagram posts. The one that he's always giving like ill quotes, yo.
Who's that?
I don't want to say his name wrong.
Gary V?
Yeah, him.
Oh, Gary V.
I finally he has a podcast, yo. Yo, he's amazing, bro. Like, it's just what he says, it makes you like, you know what, man? Fuck everybody,
think about life different, right?
But my thing is with Gary, like, he's just saying the things that we already know about ourselves. Like, in general. Like, we all know.
But it's just the way he says it's like, some people are actually scared to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's
I think his approach is just like, he says it how some people won't say it.
Won't say it.
Yeah, because they don't want to seem like assholes or something. So he's just like, I'm gonna give it to you straight up and take it how you want it.
Yeah, I always find it weird when like people like, because people always ask me for advice, or whatever. But like, I remember being in a bar and like some lady was like, yeah, I want to do this, do that, whatever. I was like, why are you even telling me this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't say it all fucked up like that. But I was like, why are you even telling me? Like, you know what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you have to do is literally do it. Every time you read a self-help book or you watch a motivational YouTube video or you listen to a podcast, whatever, everything's gonna come back to you at the end of the day. You have to start doing it. So if you want to do something, say you want to start a podcast, whatever, and you're like, well, I don't know how to get guests or whatever, start talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad told me something that like changed my life. He was like, yo, like I forgot what it was. Like I was trying to like be on the air or something like that, whatever. And he was like, yo, why don't you just ask them, like, you know, put you on the air, get your own show or whatever. I was like, Dad, it's not how it works. So you have to like hustle, you have to hustle and starve and like be homeless. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta go through it.
You gotta go through it until somebody like says you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Which sounds dumb now, but like but he was like, wait, how, you know how much you need? How much you need? I was like, what do you mean how much you need? I was like, he's like, 100, 200, like how much you need, like to ask them a question? I was like, you don't need money to ask them a question. Like it's free. He's like, yeah, it's free to ask. It's free to ask questions. Yeah. I was like, okay.
No, but as simple as it sounds, it's as real as it is, though.
So then the next thing I did was, I mean, we didn't get to like how I got into hot or whatever, but like, just to skip certain things, but like I remember just walking up and just asking a question like, hey, can I do this, that, and the third? And I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, oh, okay.
Wait, all right. Yeah, because you went fast forward. You already.
Yeah. Well, I think we got up to college.
You got into college.
Yeah, so I got into college, majored in media production, and then had my own show, DJ'd on the show, and then
what was the name of the show?
Michael Medium Show.
Okay.
Yeah, the Michael Medium Show. But like, but I also like, and my thing is like, I also wanted to help other people. So like, I had all these other people that were younger because the school was really white when it came to radio.
Okay.
And it's no disrespect to them because they know that's the truth. But there wasn't a lot of minorities there. Like there wasn't Black, Latino, Asian, anything.
You talking about William Patterson
and Willie P. When it comes to the radio. You know what I'm saying?
Now, is it radio? This is hip hop radio.
I think
no, just radio.
The radio station is alternative rock.
Oh, so you playing alternative?
I was playing hip hop on my show.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
It was me, this other show, and then the Come Up Radio with my boy Morty. Shout out to Morty. I was trying to tell people like, yo, come to the radio station like that were like Black or Hispanic, whatever. Yeah. Yo, come to the radio station like because like I wanted to get more people involved. Because like how it is in New Brunswick, like you know you have Rutgers Radio, and we would listen to that and listen to I mean at least for me, I would listen to that in Hot 97. You know what I'm saying? Because like it was dope, like seeing like your peers like on the radio and shit like that or whatever. I can curse, right? I already cursed. My bad. Fuck it. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I had this other show on my show called The Latin Flavors, and then it turned into a whole other thing. And then just to say that one of the people that was on there is now on their personality on AMP Radio 92.3, like right across the street from me or whatever.
Oh, nice.
So like, you know, like that just seeing that alone, knowing that people who wanted to do something with music and they could just join the radio station, have that exposure, and then do other things with that. So long story short, I put that on my resume, you know what I'm saying, like being in a college radio station, being a production director, and I read a book or whatever about interning and stuff like that because I was like, you know, I want to make it into like one of these companies. Yeah. So so I read the book. Shout out to Lauren Berger. It was like something intern thing or whatever, and it basically said like, you know, write down 10 companies you want to work for. So I just wrote one company. I said Hot 97 because that's the only place I really wanted to work. Yeah. And then there was like other stuff like in my mind, but I just said Hot 97. So then I applied for it. I got a call back the next day, and then I did an interview. And I was trying to be an intern. Like they were like, yeah, all right, we'll call you back. They didn't call me back, so I didn't get it. So then I think it was like a couple months later, and I was like, no, let me apply that shit again because like I'm not gonna quit. Like I just didn't want to quit. So then I applied again. And then they didn't want to hire me for an intern, but they hired me to work there as a street team. So I got hired on the spot. Nice. So I started doing street team work at the station, and then I did that for like a couple of years because I was also doing retail, full-time school, full-time work, and doing hot on the side. So then, you know,
and DJing.
And DJing, yeah. I was doing mad shit. You know what I'm
saying? Were you doing gigs at this time?
Yeah, I was doing gigs. I was with shout out to my boy Morty again for the Come Radio. We were doing monthly showcases for new artists. Yeah. And also we would have like other artists like, you know, Smoke DZA and like, you know, Rhapsody and stuff like that or whatever. And we would do that every single month. You know what I'm saying? Because that's also how we was trying to hustle and make extra bread and stuff like that. So we did it in Philly, did it in Jersey, and then we started moving into New York, and then just got bigger and bigger and bigger. So I was doing that as well, and then like I would do like little clubs and stuff like that, lounges and bars and stuff like that, or whatever. Like the little, you know, when you starting out.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
I mean, especially when you go to college, though, you get these spots rocking, even if it's a lounge. Like you get everybody from college to go in there.
So so when I got hired, then I started working there, and then I really hated retail because after I graduated college, I hated retail so much. So then one day I decided, I was like, you know what, like I really just want to be happy 24/7 because the only place that made me happy was being at Hot. You know what I'm saying? Which sounds kind of messed up, but like I just knew being there, like I was supposed to be there.
And you wasn't getting no checks from Hot because this is intern.
No. I told you I got hired.
Okay.
I said I wanted to intern, but they didn't pick me to be an intern.
Okay.
So I skipped that whole intern. I never interned in my life.
Nice.
So,
nice.
So after, I got paid. I got bread. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that much.
So, but the retail was just what the schedule was.
Nah,
too crazy for you.
Like, dealing with people.
Yeah, you just dealing with people like in arguments and stuff like that or whatever. So like, it was just nonsense. So and I would always just think about, music, and like people at work would always talk about how they wanted to like be something that they could have been when they were younger, but they didn't try because like they wanted to make sure they had money and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm young now. I might as well fuck up as much as I can, and then if I really need to, I will like go live at home because I'm living with myself since like college or whatever. So so then the day I decided to quit, I got fired because
wait, so you was gonna quit anyway?
No, because I did trust me, for like a year or two, I did everything in my power to get fired. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
and when I say I did everything in my power, I came late every single day, like an hour, 2 hours. I would take the longest breaks ever. leave early. You know what I'm saying? Like this is real talk. Like this really freaking happened. You know what I'm saying? And then like all they did was like they just kept accommodating me. You know what I'm saying? Like so they raised my pay. They moved me closer to where I live. And I swear on everything, like I think they were doing that just to set it up to be like, all right, he's gonna keep fucking up, so let's try and make it seem like we, did as much as we could. But long story short, they just kept like accommodating me and stuff like that, and I was just like, yo, this is hell. Like why are you like? I'm trying to get fired.
Shit.
So it was wild.
So
man.
the day you was gonna quit, they fired you.
I promise you, because like it was like, yo, if you're late again between July and January, you're fired. And I was like, I'm gonna get fired. Like it's not really. So I would try and come on time. But then this one day I came like maybe like 5 minutes late or whatever. And it was like, yeah, Mike, come to the back. I was like, all right. And then I was like, hey, it's my 2 weeks, but they were like, yeah, you're gonna let you go. I was like, oh, all right, cool. So then I just jumped right into working at the station, and then there was an opportunity. Because there was an opportunity to be a board operator at WBLS. So one of my friends helped me, one of my coworkers helped me, and I got the job. So then I just started busting my ass. Like I stayed at the station like every single day because like I remember when I first started, I worked with Enough. My first day, I worked with Enough, DJ Enough.
That's crazy.
My first day,
that's pressure right there.
At Six Flags. First of all, I'm awkward as shit. Like, I mean, I used to be more awkward, but I'm awkward as hell. So, like, I was really awkward with him. So, like, I would be like, yo, so you still make beats? And he was like, nah. And it's so I just kept asking, like, advice or whatever. I was like, yo, so, like, what do you do to, like, stay in the game or whatever? And he was just like, you just got to be on time, be reliable, like, all the basic things, you know what I'm saying? And he's like,
which are the things that you weren't doing at the real estate? Not the real estate, the retail. You were going in late every time.
On purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like naturally, I'm on like, it's like a concert. It's Kendrick Lamar's next door.
Fucking bass is crazy.
But no, it's all good. It's probably not picking up on the mics anyway. Everybody's, the people that's listening are like, what the fuck? But no, so yeah, like, I forgot what I was talking about.
Enough.
Oh yeah, Enough. So he gave me that advice. So like I was like, if I get an opportunity to like be at the station more often, I'm gonna stay there every single day and learn everything I could. So like I literally stayed there for like months, not like like all the time, but like I mean, legally. Yeah, allegedly. But no, like I stayed all the time and just like talked to every single person that was there and asked them a bunch of questions. And I was like, hey, what does this do? What does this do? I read all the books that was in there. Like they have like we have like a lot of books that, you know, that show you like how to use certain things or whatever. Yeah. So I read like all the regulations, FCC and stuff like that, whatever. I learned how to use like, you know, like editing programs and like just watch people like talk on the air and listen to all their podcasts. I was on everybody's website, just kind of like researching to see like what everybody was doing to become successful. Because like some people say like, yo, to be like some people say like when you think of being successful, like you think it's like some unattainable thing or something. At least for me, I thought it was like unattainable because like maybe they have this like it factor because like, you know, they just got selected and like, you know, they're just
the
magic.
Luck, the luck of the draw. I don't want to say luck, but lottery.
Like, I don't want to say luck, but like sometimes you see somebody walk in and you be like, oh, they have that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then when you see somebody else, you're like, they don't have that. You know what I'm saying? And then, when you see them in a successful role, like, how the hell they do that? It's because they worked at it. So I was just watching everybody just trying to see like how they did what they did, what they like, you know, their work ethic and stuff like that. I keep saying work ethic because that's the thing that really separates you. So then I did all that, and then
what year you would say is this? Are you doing all this?
Like 4 years ago, maybe? 4 years ago.
Oh, so okay.
Was Angie still with them or they?
Yeah. Literally, like when I remember the day she left. Oh man, it was the saddest day ever. It felt like a funeral, to be honest with you, because like
I was listening all day.
I was in a street team van, and like I was listening to her say goodbye, and I was like, wait a minute, I gotta go straight to the station. I turned around, straight to the station, and then I see just like everybody's crying and stuff like that. Like everything that happened in the book is like exactly what happened.
Now let me ask you a question, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hashtag.
Oh, they're gonna start with the hashtag. Do you know everything that was happening around her as the fans heard it, or it's just like you knew she was going there to the other radio?
No, I heard it exactly the way y'all heard it. Like,
okay, but was there any rumors like, oh, she's going to the station, or
no?
Because me as a fan, I was just like, why is she quitting radio? Like, you super young, like, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You know and you are who you are.
Exactly. So then all of a sudden, I'm like, whoa, you know, it felt like WWE. Like, from babyface to a heel right there. Like, yo.
Honestly, I was happy for her anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a great soul. You know what I'm saying? Very cool person.
Yeah,
you know? So
definitely.
Like, you know,
no, of course, nobody at Hot is gonna badmouth her because she left. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way she did it is like, usually sometimes when you hear stuff, there'll be rumors like,
I think honestly, for what it is, like that's probably the best way to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's really no other way to do. Like, if you say, hey, I'm gonna leave to go somewhere else, like, you know, you're probably done that day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you won't, not even that day, that second. Like, all right, we're gonna have to escort you. You know what I'm saying? But like, the way she did it was dope. You know what I'm saying? She got a chance to sign off, you know, for one last time. Not listen, you could probably go through the whole history. Not everybody gets a sign off, last sign off.
And which is a sign off, then in the day of tomorrow, she wants to come back, they'll have the open door for her.
I assume so.
You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't leave with bad blood with Hot97.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No, absolutely.
And yo, she's like, when it comes to radio, man, it's like, she's one of the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to put her there. You know
that's honestly, I had to do it. Not I had to do, but I did a when I first got not hired on my interview process at the station. Like, you have to do a presentation and you have to take a quiz or a test actually. And for a presentation, you have to explain why you want to be a Hot97. So I used her as an example, whatever, for that, which was crazy. Like, you have to get a quiz on everything. And it was like, yo, who are all the heavy hitters? I was like,
oh shit.
I knew all the heavy hitters. I knew all the heavy hitters.
Which Kanye was a heavy hitter. Oh, he still is a heavy hitter.
Yeah.
That's what's up though. That's dope.
Yeah.
That you have to take a quiz and shit.
At the end of the day, I think like for any profession, you need to like know your history.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Of course. You know, like at the end of the day, like, you know, I don't think you're gonna ever know where you're gonna go unless you know where you've been. You know what I'm saying? Because like history repeats itself no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, tell that to the new generation of artists.
But yo, before we continue, let's take a quick break. We'll be back
definitely. Cloudy time
on the Tony Central Podcast, Season 2, Episode 39 with Mike Medium. We'll be right back. DJ Kenny Maneuver on the mix. 1.
We're back on Tony Central Podcast with Union City's own Famine and the Bronx own co-host Mello.
No, it gets you drunk. Yeah, it will get you drunk.
Yeah.
That Vakila.
Yeah, man.
It will definitely get you drunk.
Shout out Vakila.
Yo, Kylie, you ready? You got it looking crisp?
Crisp and
he's
cloudy.
cool. He's cooling on the other side of the pillow right there, man.
Yeah. We back on the Tony Central podcast.
Yeah.
Season 2, episode
Feeling that
39.
mix right there, man.
Uh-huh.
Word with Mike Medium in the building.
Yes.
Yeah, DJ Kenny Maneuver. What up? What up?
Word. Before we continue, man, shout out to Juan Gordo, man. He's a producer of the show.
He's not
behind
here
the scenes,
right now,
and he's
man.
not here because he got hurt.
Cloudy.
He's in the injury list.
Yikes.
So,
Yo, shout out to Ephraim. Fuego
yeah, he was only here 10 minutes and he left.
Yeah, but he's back.
It's the owner of this place. Like, he's
yeah,
always taking pictures and putting different locations and shit. So we just follow him through Instagram. Be like, all right, he's home today, so he'll be there. Yeah. And I hit him up today. I'm like, yo, you gonna be there? He's like, yeah. Look, we got here. He's like, yeah, I'll be here 20 minutes. I'm out. But shout out to him.
Word.
Shout out to Valkeela from Virginia.
Yo, shout out to everybody in the building.
Word.
Cali
Nice
on the
smooth.
camera.
They got a nice little long description.
Yeah,
there,
for right now, they only got this one and watermelon. The watermelon, I'm kind of scared to taste that one because I don't feel like it might taste too good and then you're gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
Yikes. All right, shout out to
But
Valkeela.
Mike Medium still in the building.
To continue this episode, how you got your name, Mike Medium?
Okay, so
which is Mike Medium or Michael Medium?
It's Michael Medium.
Because Michael Medium for me,
Medium.
it sounds like that's your actor side for movies.
Definitely not. No, because my government name is Michael. So and my brother actually named me. So which is crazy because the 3 names that was gonna be named, my mom was gonna name me Kevin. My dad was gonna name me Storm, and my brother wanted to name me Michael. It was like, yeah, we're going with Michael. So
now, why the Medium?
Well, the Medium came because my favorite producer is Ninth Wonder, and I loved Large Professor.
That's
dope.
And
I always felt like, because my friends would always come to me, like I always make mixtapes or whatever, and every time I put them up on something, because everybody would listen to like Joel Santana and like the Dipsets and like all stuff like that. I was with it, I love them, but like I would always listen to like some of these underground artists, you know what I'm saying, like Von P and like Don Kennedy, all that stuff like that, Dom Kennedy, all that stuff. I would listen to them and I would put them on to stuff. And I always feel like I was the medium for good music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
So I always, that was kind of where that came from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to be medium. And it was just medium. And I was like, let me put Michael in front of it. Because, like, just to honor my name. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look. And I never wanted to put DJ in front of my name because, like, Syph never really put DJ in front of his name, and he was able to like do multiple things, like be a comedian, be a VJ, you know what I'm saying, DJ, all that stuff. So that's just how I look at it.
So do you feel like you, in respect, is more than just a DJ? You feel like you're a total package? There's more.
Yeah,
things.
I'm like I don't want to say like triple threat, but I could definitely do more than like one thing. Like I'm still a producer at heart. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Producer, DJ. You know what I'm saying? And when I do my graphic design, I do my graphic design. But I'm not an actor yet. You know what I'm saying? Like
definitely use Michael Medium. That you sound.
No. If I act, I'm just gonna use my real name. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna like do the medium or whatever. I've always like since I've gotten that name, I've wanted to change it every single day. Like
it sounds dope though. I ain't gonna lie, Michael.
It's
Medium.
not because it's tough. For
I just want to say,
like, but I also wanted to do it as well because like it always makes people stop and look like, wait, what? Medium? Like why would you name yourself Large? You know what I'm saying? Like I know why. I know what people are gonna say.
I thought you maybe named yourself Medium because you're the middle child.
No.
I
have an older brother and that's it.
So there's only 2 of y'all.
Just 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a half brother somewhere, but like I've never met him in my life.
So you're maybe the medium one. How old is it?
No, I would be the last. He's older.
Oh, he's older. So all of them are older.
Yeah, all of them are older.
Okay.
What's going on?
So you have to be
here?
Mike Small then.
No. See that? See, I didn't want to small.
Sound like
Michael Young.
Michael Young.
Nah.
Now you sound like a football player. From Mac to the football. But one thing I want to definitely ask you because you touched up before earlier. You said you have placements on beats. Like, is there any artists out there that you produce for, like even underground artists?
Like I did stuff for like Amanda Seals, because I was gonna say Amanda Diva, but she had a show on YouTube and she was asking for producers and stuff like that, and like I've been submitting like all the time. She was like one of my favorite rappers back in the day, like because she could really like she had some bars, you know what I'm saying? She could sing too. But I submitted some beats to her, and she actually selected it and placed it on her show. And then I did stuff with with KM.
Camera?
No, KM. Let's not get yeah, I don't want to get them. But he was the Freestyle Friday champion for 106 and Park after this is after like Gin and after Paperboy and stuff like that. Like when like 106 and Park was like 106 and Park. Like it was the last like Freestyle Friday dude, and he actually won and got beats from like David Banner and like and Bangladesh and stuff like that. So like I got on the project. Nice. So I did the intro for that. So I was placed on that. And then
what would you say is your biggest one that
I don't really have a biggest one, to be honest with you. Like like the artist, he's still active now. His name is ADH, and he's from our area, New Brunswick or whatever. So probably my big stuff comes from him, but I would probably say KM and Amanda Seals, because that got me the most notoriety. And then outside of that, probably like my biggest hit was like a remix that I did with I remixed Erykah Badu's Honey record, and I added Jay-Z's vocals from I Know off of American Gangster. Because if you listen to what he's saying, he's talking about, you know, a girl, you know what I'm saying, and he's basically responding to what, you know, Erykah Badu is doing. So I basically spliced it together and did that. So that I think it has like over 5,000 or probably over 10,000 hits on like YouTube or whatever right now.
Okay.
So that was like probably one of my biggest records because it got notoriety.
I know earlier I asked you who was your favorite DJ coming up.
Yes.
Who was your favorite rapper coming up?
My favorite rapper.
Yeah, like when you were growing up, who was that?
I mean, I'm gonna just have to say that the bass in this floor is crazy.
Yeah. It's shaking.
Yo,
the room is shaking.
Oh, no, but it's all good though.
So 39.
No, man, all the Wu-Tang, man. Let's just be honest. Like all the Wu-Tang, Big Pun, like yo. Good, nice. Big Pun is probably one of the greatest MCs that ever lived. I listened to Capital Punishment in high school on repeat for a year. And so this is when like we had Walkmans.
So because you said that, right, and you being Haitian, right?
Yeah.
From Ready to Die from Biggie to Capital Punishment, what was a better album?
I'm not answering that question.
Why?
No, you have.
I know those people that were involved in both those projects.
Oh yeah, really? Oh, okay.
And the people that DJ'd for those artists, I'm not even gonna try it. I'm not even gonna try it.
What you mean? Like you say you know, like
so DJ Enough DJ'd for Biggie.
Okay.
Mr. C, A&R, the executive producer, damn near Ready to Die.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's true.
Like Chris Rivers, like I know those people. I don't even want to play myself. I could already know. Like I'm not even gonna think that this podcast is not gonna reach their ears. Like I'm pretty sure it's gonna reach their ears. I'm not even.
Yeah, I mean that's smart. It's smart.
I love Biggie. Biggie is one of the greatest lyricists of all time as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Big Pun to me like was my soundtrack in high school. Like that was like Capital Punishment, and then 100%, right? Yeah.
And Yeah Baby.
Yeah Baby. Yeah.
All right. What about from those two? Which do you think was a better pun album?
I'm a Capital Punishment guy, man. But Yeah Baby is still dope. Like because of the skits and like.
Yeah, like I mean a lot of people
he's having
sleep
sex
on Yeah Baby.
On the
because he said he thinks Yeah Baby's better than Capital Punishment.
Listen,
for me, I think it just I don't know. It just resonated like. He was just in a better place.
Was that the first one you heard, though? Was that the first one you heard, and then you went back to Capital Punishment?
That's a good question.
I think that's the reason.
That may be the reason.
You probably got introduced to that.
Maybe.
Because to me, I got introduced to Blueprint with Hove.
That's your first Hove album?
Full length, front to back.
Wow.
That I listened to. I didn't listen to Reasonable Doubt when it came out. I don't know.
No, it's cool about that. But I'm saying Blueprint, that's like way... There's a lot of albums before that one.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's pretty late. You know what
I mean? Blueprint, because I remember vividly 9/11.
2011, yeah.
So
2001, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that, and then I started going back to like, you know, In My Lifetime, and then Streets Watching, and then Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, like all
Dynasty.
that. So like, because I like, if you really listen to it, though, like he had a lot of album cuts.
Yeah.
And with like Blueprint, I could listen to that front to back, top to bottom.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of joints on there.
Blueprint
a lot of
was
joints on
just
there.
like
Kanye was featured on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's to me. But like I will always give Big Pun his props. I will always give Big Pun. Cause I feel like he's never like, I feel like people don't really throw his name out there like that. You know what I'm saying? True. But he's an ill lyricist, you know what I'm saying?
Like, people are quick to say Biggie and Pac, but they won't mention Pun. Like
no, I mean, I think people might say greatest rappers of all time, and they might throw Big and Pac in there. But like, you know, if you want to, you know, that's a given. You know what I'm saying? That's a given. That's, you know, like, that's like saying, yeah, Elvis is a great performer. You know what I'm saying? Like, Michael Jackson was the greatest of all time. Yeah, we got you. We good. No, let's get to the meat of it. Like, Big Pun, you know what I'm saying? Like, Method Man, you know, Red Man.
Yo, Redman's getting kind of hot right now, bro.
He's
on the Instagram heavy, like, yo, these records is coming out.
Muddy
like,
Waters 2 is
yo,
gonna
shout out to
be
Redman.
at
He gave me a my drop. He gave me a drop recently.
Nice.
And I'm on cloud 9. I'm on cloud 9. Like he shouted me out everything. Like, I'm using that every single time.
That's what's up.
That's
Cause I remember
right
Redman going through Jersey, driving in his freaking Jeep. I think it was a Jeep at the time, like a red Jeep or something like that. Just blasting his music. Like, I remember that all the time.
Which he's another person that people don't mention a lot as top 10. Like,
Muddy Waters is a classic.
Yeah.
All right. How about this? You didn't want to answer the capital punishment and Ready to Die.
Yeah.
How about this? Because you're a DJ, you're a hip hop head, so we got you here. We gotta ask you. The what?
Okay.
Method Man, Biggie.
Or Biggie.
Who got the
Why
better?
y'all keep going back to Biggie, man?
Who got the
Can we
better?
move away from? Oh man. I'm gonna just say Big, man. I'm gonna just say Big just to keep it safe. I'm saying Big.
All right. I'm gonna ask you a fair one.
Not saying I prefer Method Man. I'm just saying Big. Just
yeah,
Big.
I'm a fair one.
Was it Big and Pac?
Oh no. Banned from TV.
Okay.
Who got the best verse on that?
I was a big Nori fan back then, man. I was just a big Nori fan back then. You know what I'm saying?
That's the first.
I was Nori. Like No Limit, like all that whole No Limit movement, Rough Rider movement, like, you know, I listened to a lot of stuff.
You was into the movements.
Well, like that, because like you gotta realize, like, a lot of people at those camps, like they made a lot of great records. Like for me, like Rough Riders, like, you know, like I don't know why I was a big Jaguar fan. I was a big Jaguar fan.
Oh man,
I was a Jaguar fan.
Mello likes Jaguar.
Like,
yeah, you know what?
Like when I had the most random stuff. Like when Bad Boy was out, like G-Dep, I was listening to G, like Child of the Ghetto. Like I was a weird man. I was a weird kid. Silk the Shocker, like I was a big Silk the Shocker. I don't know why.
Wasn't bad.
Yo, a lot of people say he's trash.
Yeah,
like, and I'm not offended by that. By the way, you know what I'm saying? He should be offended by
it.
But
the thing is that it's like, this is the way I see it, though. Honestly, like when they came out, and of course, like you said, you grew up listening to Wu-Tang and those people.
Yeah.
When you listen to a Silk the Shock at that time, you're gonna say, yeah, it's whack. This is not hip hop.
No, at the time I thought it was fire.
But now,
say,
but compared to a lot of music that is out now,
right?
It's not that bad as people think it might be.
Yeah, right.
I could sit down and listen to a Master
and listen
P
to
album.
a Silk the Shocker album.
Probably.
You listen to a Silk the Shocker album right now.
I ain't gonna front. My favorite song though was "It Ain't My Fault."
Nah, Lil Kim got some joints.
She got a new single she surprised me with the new single she has. It was just okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm waiting to hear the record with her and Remy, the Wake Me Up.
I heard it's
good.
I heard that's flames.
But you heard the record or you haven't?
I mean, I can't confirm or deny. I've heard
it. He just heard his flames.
Yeah. I seen her interview with I think it was with you guys and I think she said it.
Yes.
Yeah. That she said that it's a hot record. It's
Now, if you could choose any record that you could have been the first DJ to break that record,
oh man,
what record would it have been?
Man, that's a good question.
That's a good question, Mello.
Wow. Because I really want to think about that, because like there was a lot of great records. Probably anything Kanye. To be honest with you, I would want to break a Kanye record so bad.
Because you know what's crazy?
But actually, I don't want to say I technically broke it, but I put a lot of people on was Bad and Bougie.
Migos?
Yeah. Because when it first came out, I was playing it in the clubs and also like in my mixes, but I don't have a huge following, you know what I'm saying? But like I would always play it, and my coworkers were like, yo, this jamming. I was like, yeah, it's new Migos, Bad and Bougie, yeah. Months later, then and then people like.
What made you think that record why it got so hot the way it did? Like, after
clearly it was Childish Gambino. You know what I'm saying? When he shouted them out, so that's the only reason why. Okay. That's one of the main reasons why it blew up. Okay. But Migos always had that bounce. You know what I'm saying? But to me, listening to that record, I was like, because I was a Quavo dude, like I was a Quavo fan. Like, he has this one record, My Pockets, and I thought that was gonna blow up too. Like that's a great record. And then that's when they put out Bad and Bougie on audioBoom or whatever. So I listened to it and I was like, oh, this is gonna be the jam. But like I didn't really feel like I had a voice to like say, hey, like yo, y'all should really, take a listen to this and stuff like that. But now I'm getting more confident in my selection and stuff like that. Like there was a shout out to Mike Classic. There was a record that y'all probably hear soon. It's called Wusa. And I listened to it last year and I was like, this is when it had like a couple thousand plays or whatever. Yeah. I was like, this is gonna be a big record. And then I think now it's starting to come into fruition. Yeah. Like where
who's the artist on that?
Mike Classic. Yeah. The record's called Wusa. And I that was the first time I was like, yo, y'all should listen to this. And I sent emails out and like, yo, y'all should. They was like, yo, it's a great record. Yeah. So then like people was like, yeah, we'll talk to people and see what's up, whatever. But like I didn't hear anything back from it. But I really want to like be one of those DJs that like, I want to be a huge club DJ. I want to be a turntablist. Mm-hmm. I want to break records. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to help artists like go from 0 to 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, because to me that's what like a DJ is. Like they put you on. You know what I'm saying? They put you on to stuff. So like, and that brings me a lot of joy when like, you haven't heard an artist yet. And and then like somebody's
you
like, yo,
put them on.
Yeah,
that's
like
a great feeling.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of times y'all putting each other on some.
Yeah,
y'all don't know Drake. Like I remember the first time somebody told me about Drake, and he did that that remix to Kanye's record. I forgot what it was.
The intro. The intro to the Auto-Tune album he did. The Lovin' 808s.
Yeah, it was something
Drake
like that.
Drake killed it though.
But I'm saying, Drake definitely killed that. And I was like, wait, you talking about the actor Drake? Like what? The Grassy Drake? Like he really raps? So I listened to it, I was like, oh, okay, it's not bad.
It's amazing to see like how far he's become now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's the type of DJ you want to be. You want to be like heavily,
I want to do all of that. I want to be busy 24 hours a day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm already busy, but like I just like that regiment. You know what I'm saying? Because like when I was with Syph, like he would wake up obviously for the morning show. Then midday he'd go to the office. In the afternoon he would do he would do the 3 to 7 slot. And then at night he would go to the club and then do his overnight show, and then go back to the club, and then go to the comedy club, and then all over again. I think he probably have like 3 hours of sleep or something like that, whatever.
That's crazy.
Like, but you gotta realize, to be successful, like most of the people that at least the people that I admire, that's their regiment. And to stay on top, you gotta continue to do that, because at the end of the day, you gotta realize that people that say that. Like I always get confused when people say they want to do something and they don't have the time to do it. Like you have time to do a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like especially with technology now, you got time to do a lot of stuff. Like you know, if I want to get more gigs, you know, I just gotta go out there and start networking with more people. Like if you want to start a business, you gotta start researching, and then after you research, then you gotta put it into fruition. You know, then you talk to lawyers, you know, you talk to your tax person or whatever. You know, you start from somewhere. You know what I'm saying, at the end of the day.
So right now, for Michael Medium,
yeah,
what's success?
To me, just happiness. Happiness is success to me. You know what I'm saying? Like making sure I can, you know, like I already got my parents a house or whatever, but like I want to make sure that I'm able to provide for my kids. Like I don't have kids, but whenever I have kids.
Yo,
like,
so you got your parents a house?
Yeah, me and my brother, we got him a house.
And how old are you?
I'm 28.
Yo, congratulations.
Wow, you ain't even on the third floor yet.
No. This is a serious note. Like
That's
28 years. I know a lot of 20 years old that don't know what they want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? To get your mom a crib, like right there. Yeah. Let's say, God forbid, you don't make it nowhere in the goal you want as a DJ. That right there should be like, yo, pat yourself in the back. You know what I'm saying? Because that's big, bro.
Yeah, no. Well, I got more things to cross off. Like I want to make sure, like, you know, my family's good in another way. But that's pretty much it. I really want to take care of like my mom, my dad, and my brother. That's really, and then my future children or whatever. Because like, that's why I'm like, because we was talking about marriage before, and I was shook. Like I'm shook to like get to that point because like, you know, I want to be successful in my way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that I was like, yo, I got you. Like, you know, you don't do this, that, and the third or whatever. So
I think the only way that marriage works, or you have it in your mind to jump into that lane, is not just has to come organically, but it has to feel like you guys are friends. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Not no more like, yo, bro, like I like this girl and I think I want to put. You know what I mean? It has to just be like, yo, like, so what's next for us? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was talking to somebody about that the other day. I was like, until I have that feeling with another person, because I've had that before, but it didn't work out. But until I have that feeling with that another person, that's when I know I'm ready.
Yeah.
Because then at the end of the day, like, y'all can argue or whatever, but y'all know y'all gonna make up. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all could like, you're gonna know each other's habits. Like, you know, you're just chopping it up, shooting the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like all day, it's never gonna be a dull moment. You know what I'm saying? Watch movies, like whatever, you know, Netflix and chill, all that stuff like that.
Yeah,
so that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to have a friend before I'm able to like go to the next level.
That's the only way it's gonna work.
Yeah.
If you guys are not friends from the beginning, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just honestly speaking. Like I feel like if you just jump right away, like it's not gonna work. You know what I mean?
It sounds like compa right now. It's playing
Yo, and this is the second half. This is the second half of the show. We got to get more random. So I'm gonna ask you a question real quick.
I don't eat ass. I'm sorry. If you was trying to go left, I feel like that's what he was going.
That was random. What was your favorite show growing up as a kid?
Martin, Living Single, all the black shows.
Damn, Living Single.
Living Single is underrated.
Yeah,
it's probably the most hilarious show ever.
That was a super underrated show.
You know, the George Lopez show was like the most funniest show to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chris Rock had a show. Dave Chappelle's show. I just like funny shit.
Yeah.
This is definitely compa music, by the way.
Like, the beat under my feet.
For the listeners out there, niggas is rocking downstairs.
Yo, for real. Like, it's a full-blown concert.
Yeah.
Whatever they're preparing for is going to be, like, they're preparing for a culture clash. Like, a reggae culture clash. Like,
crazy.
Facts. For real.
Yo, now, if you could fit in any TV family, Michael Medium.
I mean,
what TV family would it be?
It would be. I'd probably be in Seinfeld because I'm an awkward dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm legit awkward. Like, I'm super awkward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Kramer's boy and shit.
No, not Kramer's boy. No. I would be Jerry's boy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Jerry's boy.
I was that awkward kid that always hung out with like cool people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just how I looked at it. Like, huh? Yeah.
My goal would be the one like.
Yeah, just in the cut, you know what I'm saying? Like, just in the cut, like listen to music or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I always surrounded myself by like smart, cool, funny people, you know what I'm saying? Like, period. But I would just be the one that was like super quiet, but like, I was super awkward. Like, I'm very self-aware of like what I am and how I am, and I was trying to like change myself and stuff like that. But like, I just know I'm a Seinfeld, you know, character. But I would have loved to have been in Martin, 1000%.
Yeah,
Martin.
Like, come on, man. Like, Greatest comedy show of all time.
What's Martin's boy's name? Like, this is his right hand man.
Tommy
or
Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you really want to break it down, Gina was probably his best friend.
Yeah.
Gina was probably his real homie.
Yeah.
You know, because he
looked good too now.
Whew.
Now I think she look better now. Like, as
Yeah,
she gets older,
yeah. And Pam. And Pam.
Pamela looks way better now.
Yeah.
Way better now. But she always was popping. She was always doing her thing. You know what I'm saying?
Now, okay, so I'm going to ask you something real quick.
But let me ask you a question, though.
Yeah, hashtag. If you left from here right now, right?
From 20 Central?
Yeah, you left from here. You got to your house.
Yes.
And you got to your door. And there was a bag of money on the floor.
Yeah.
And you open the bag and you realize it's $1 million.
Yeah.
You could only spend that money one way. If not, it's gonna trace
I'm
back
not gonna lie to you.
you.
Like growing up in Newark, I'd probably get that money back because I'm pretty sure that something's wrong. Something's not gonna happen. Something's not gonna be good with. Growing up in the hood, I'm really skeptical of everything.
Yeah, so you.
I'm skeptical of everything.
So you'll leave it there.
No, I go straight to the police station. Yo, my man, like, I don't know what this is.
You go to the police station.
I know it sounds crazy. Yeah, in North. Okay, sorry.
In
North Brunswick. Fuck these lips. The first thing I was spending on.
You can only spend it one way.
Listen, it's gonna sound like I'm making this up just to say it on a podcast, but I've always said this since I was a baby, like a kid, whatever. I'm gonna give 100% of that to my mother, and however she distributes it is how she distributes it.
Once it's out of your hands, that's it.
So I'm like, hey, mom, this is for you, and then
so
you give me what you think I need to get, but like they get taken care of first. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If something bit you,
I don't know. I
had a wasp. But no, I know it sounds real cheesy, but I really.
You give it all to your mom.
If that literally really happened, I would literally really just transfer that to my mother and tell her to distribute that however she would like. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. Okay. After, say I get another $1 million, then that's for me. You know what I'm saying? But my first big check is going straight to my mom. You know what I'm saying? Because like they really, obviously changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has a certain family member that changed your life, but like they really changed my life. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day. So like I have to pay them back somehow. The house is whatever, but like to me, like that's just how I look at it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Now, if you could leave behind a time capsule.
Yeah.
Right? And for this time capsule, they say you gotta leave behind 3 albums.
Yeah.
That define hip hop to you. So, 20 years from now, they're going to open this and they're going to say, all right, this is hip-hop.
Eric B. and Rakim's first album.
Eric B. Rakim.
Guru, Gangstar. One of their albums. I can't pick it, but Gangstar. Little Brother. Little Brother's first album. Why can't I? No, Little Brother's second album. No, yeah, The Minstrel Show. Yeah, I know it's mad random, but yeah. So Eric B. Rakim. Yeah. One of their albums, any one of their albums, you could pick it. Damn, I should say Tribe Called Quest. No, that's yeah. I'm gonna replace Little Brother with Tribe Called Quest.
Which one?
Low End Theory.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's it. Because at the end of the day, like, they all sample previous records that were already made. Like those albums are gonna like continue to like ask a bunch of questions, no matter what. If you really do your research, like there's knowledge in there, like there's silly stuff, like it's So, Tribe Called Quest, Gangstar, Eric B. Rakim, boom.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I would leave.
That's good right there.
Yeah. I was gonna say like pun, but like I can't do that because like if you're trying to say define hip hop, like if an alien came, I want them to like listen to that.
Yeah. And all right, so right now, I'm not gonna go. I was gonna say 5, but you know what? I'll go 3.
Yeah.
What's the 3 hottest records for you right now from a new artist?
I mean, in the clubs, it's like, you know, it's Cardi B, you know, Bodak Yellow.
No, but the club outfit for you. For
Yeah.
you, what's the hottest joints right now?
I mean, I'm probably say the same thing because
Yeah.
like I like being in the clubs, but
Okay.
yeah, Bodak Yellow, No Limit, with Jeezy's No Limit, Plain Jane, Pills and Automobiles, Chris Brown.
That record's hard.
Yeah, that shit is hard.
And I love Flip Mode. Fabulous is Flip Mode with Velis. Yeah.
Is that Fabulous record?
Yes, I thought it was Velis's record because of the promotion on Instagram.
Yeah,
but it's definitely Fabulous's record because when you look at on the video, it says Fabulous featuring Chris Brown and Velis. Yeah. So
yeah, are they finally gonna drop the Jason's versus Freddie album?
They stopped by the station.
They said by Black Friday, I think it's supposed to come out.
Yeah, it should have came out on Halloween. Like, to be honest with you, it didn't make sense to me. But yeah, hopefully that comes out. I mean, a lot of people's come out with a lot of collab projects. Like I heard freaking A$AP Rocky and French Montana. A collab project or something like that.
What do you feel about that collab projects?
I think it has to be done in the right way. I feel like some of these people are kind of lazy.
Like
with
being
it.
together.
Yeah.
Like now send me a verse here. Like
I'm pretty sure all these people are together, but I think like everybody's kind of lazy with it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want to kind of do it just to be cool. Like yo, let's link up. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna do a random verse. Like I put some thought behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like like if you want to have fun. But like then just.
Who you say is like one of the best collabs albums?
Watch the Throne.
What
about somebody else said that
Black
remember Jay-Z and R. Kelly?
Yeah.
That was a dope
that shit
project.
Ain't no love,
I love that album,
that was a dope project.
The first one was
that was a dope album. Listen, man, that was a dope project.
The first one was dope.
Best of both worlds, bro.
Hey, man.
Now, let me ask you this. You being at the station, is there anybody that popped out, or nobody knowing the person popped out, that you were starstruck?
No, I never was starstruck with anybody. I'm always starstruck by like people behind the scene. So like knowing who like Patty Duke was and like DJ Juanito and I don't know why, just like people behind the scene. Like I used to be a taxi dispatcher for Newark Airport. I used to be a taxi dispatcher, and I met Just Blaze, and I froze, and like I was just like jittery, and like I couldn't even help anybody anymore. Like, I had to walk away, like stuff like that. I'm a big behind the scenes person, but there was nobody that ever like shocked me or anything like that. Cause like they tested us the first day. It was like, all right, we're gonna see who really want to do this. We was all in a big meeting. Next thing you know, T.I. pops out. And they filmed us. Like, it's on YouTube and everything. T.I. pops out. So then, like, everybody's looking at each other's reaction and stuff like that. Like, I was just dumb calm. I was like, But then you see all the girls, other girls is like, whatever. Yeah. They don't work there no more.
Yeah, they fail.
So yeah. So, like, you know, it was like, I don't really get sued by anybody. Well, okay. Sorry. Let me take that back. Stevie Wonder. He said, because because the guy, I produce a show on Sundays for WBLS with this guy named Imhotep Gary Bird. He's been in radio for like 50 years. His best friend is Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
So for his birthday, I didn't even know this was gonna happen. His birthday, his producer told Stevie to come to the station. Keep in mind, I didn't know this was happening. So I'm at work producing the show. And then next thing you know, they're like, hey, we got a special guest. So then I'm thinking it's like, you know, our manager or like somebody nobody gives a fuck about or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then like Stevie Wonder pops out. And I forgot who said it. Like I think Charlie Murphy said it. Like when like he saw like Rick James, he saw like an aura. Yeah. I saw Stevie Wonder's aura.
Yeah,
that shit was green. You know what I'm saying? Like Stevie Wonder has an aura. Like and I froze. And I'm pretty sure I said oh shit on the air. You know what I'm saying? I said oh shit. I definitely said oh shit. And and like it was just silence in the room. Like they was dead air for like 30 seconds, 1000%. We were all just like yo, like da 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 whatever. But that's the only time I ever got like starstruck. outside of like Just Blaze. But like, yeah, Stevie Wonder is one of those people. Like, I think it would be the same thing if I met Prince or Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, Stevie Wonder's that dude. Like, and he was nice as hell. Like, he stayed with us for like 2.5 hours, like just shooting the shit.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Now, realistically, Michael Medium, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Be the best. My goal is to take over the clubs. Have my own radio show, TV show. Just make it hard for me. Make it hard for niggas to live, man. That's pretty much it. Like, that's really my goal. Like, I really just want to, like, you know, there's that young kid in me that wants to like prove everybody wrong. You know, in like middle school, high school, all that stuff like that. Not saying people shitting on me or whatever, but like, you know, I didn't think people saw me as like, you know, somebody that was gonna do something with their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, not saying like we're all not doing anything with our life. You know what I'm saying? But like, just be on this type of level. You know what I'm saying? And like, trust me, I'm not big. You know what I'm saying? I'm not big, but you know, it's just always that doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't like I said, I would always hang out with the cool kids, but like I wasn't like the cool person like that. I mean, at least to me. But I just knew working really hard, you know what I'm saying? Working really hard and like just having a goal in mind and like really just like going after it, like is gonna help me. So like those are my goals. So like, you know, I'm gonna check it off. Like maybe like a couple years ago, like I definitely said exactly what I wanted to do right this very moment. I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember I definitely prayed for that really hard. Really hard. And I achieved that. So now I'm really praying to get to where
So which shows you have right now that you're doing? Like what is your lineup?
So I'm a mixed show. I'm a all mixed weekend DJ. So I do all the holiday weekends. I'll mix on Hot on the weekends, and then whenever I need to be filled, like whenever I'm like I'll fill in or something like that, whatever. Like I filled in like on Friday nights for Trends one time, and then or I'll like fill in for like, you know, Drewski or whoever, Magic or whatever, and then Monday through Friday I produce. So like all the commercials you hear on Hot, like I do probably like 50% of them. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So like I'll get the artist or get the personality to come record, and then I'll cut and edit that or whatever. But then on the weekends, that's when I'll DJ or something like that, or I'll do a gig or whatever. So that's just kind of how my regimen is right now.
So you be like back scenes and all that of summer jams and all that stuff?
Behind the scenes, yes. Sorry, and I also do Street Soldiers. Sorry, I gotta shout Street Soldiers out. Street Soldiers with Lisa Evers. We're on Friday nights, 10:30 on Fox 5. I'm the random black guy that's sitting there for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? And just looking at the people, just like anyway. And then we air on Hot on Sundays at 6 a.m. I did not want to sit there, by the way. Just so everybody knows, I did not want to sit there. I knew people was gonna kill me, especially if I'm not talking. You know what I'm saying? But I do that show. And Friday nights I do Bobby Trend's show and Funkmaster Flex's show. I produce those shows too. So yeah, that's kind of how that is right now.
I saw on your Instagram you work also for
Sirius.
What do you do there?
I do. I'm a producer there as well.
Okay.
So but I think they're starting to have me transition into DJing. So like.
So you probably have your own show.
Hopefully, cross your fingers. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working on doing something like that too. But I don't like to say stuff until it's like official. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but I'm that's what I'm working on right now. You know what I'm saying?
And you still working in the spot that you said about Stevie Wonder?
Oh, WBLS? Yeah. That's the only show I do. I only do that show. That was the first time I was able to kind of be behind a board in a studio. That's like the first show I ever started with. You know what I'm saying? So, and I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you're with somebody who basically started urban radio, literally what we're doing right now, like it came from like Buffalo, New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like they brought that over to New York here in the city, and then that's when, you know, it starts spawning off, you know, like WBLS, WLIB, WBAI, you know, Hot 97, and then, you know, Power 105, and those people, like, that's when it starts, like, flipping over and stuff like that or whatever. So, you know, I learned a lot from them, and they teach me basically how to avoid the pitfalls of, you know, the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't get, like, bamboozles and whatnot. So, you know, shout out to Imhotep Gary Bird, shout out to Clay Barry, and Trip, Bugsy Bugs, all these people.
BLS. That's my station.
Yeah.
They be playing them old school R&B joints. Woo.
Yeah. I mean, you can't listen to hip hop all day. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all, man.
He loves R&B,
R&B,
and his favorite artist is Lil Uzi.
Yo, Uzi's good, man. Lil Pump is good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you like Gucci Gang?
Gucci Gang. I love Gucci Gang.
What do you mean Gucci
Gucci Gang? Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang.
Oh, I thought you said like Gucci, like. He has a gang.
I think it's about that
one
time.
thing I wanted to ask you, because you work at Hot97, for new artists that are coming out, like what do you tell these artists? Because a lot of people, this is the thing, right? Like where we grew up on, right, in New Jersey, and I'm just talking for us because I don't know nobody else, but a lot of people feel like, okay, if you got a record, you have to put a lot of money behind records.
Wait, what, to like get it played on the air?
Get it played on the air, and
well, it depends. It depends if you want to get it. If your goal is to just get on the air, I mean, you know, you got to really compare your music. So like, your song is in the middle. Put the hottest tracks and sandwich it in between it. So listen to, say, Rihanna's record. Say listen to Wild Thoughts. Put your record right there. Then listen to, what's another big record right now? Pills and Automobile. Put that right there. If your record does not match between those two, like, listen to the difference, the quality, listen to how it's mixed, listen to the lyrical content, listen to the bounce. Like, does it match? Does it, like, not a carbon copy, but does it fit well with that? Mm-hmm. If it doesn't fit well with that, then, like, right now, like, if you're DJing in a club and you're playing, like, you know, Bodak Yellow, and somebody tells you, like, yo, my man, play my record, and it's like some, like, sad, like, you know, whatever the hell it is, I'm not putting that in the mix.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you're playing music at an iPod in a house party, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to keep the momentum.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with radio, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, you're trying to play the biggest records, because at the end of the day, like, when you're really listening to radio, you're listening to radio because, first of all, another person is playing music for you, so you just kind of just want to, like, just listen. You're not trying to control your own music. Mm-hmm. And then also you want to listen to something that's familiar with you, you know, usually. You know what I'm saying? You want to listen to something that's familiar so you could just sing along. And I don't think people listen to radio for, like, more than, like, 5 hours anymore, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
it's true.
whatever.
Yeah,
so you're in and out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, maybe 15 minutes, 20 or whatever. So, like, you're just trying to catch, like, what's the hottest thing at the end
Do you
of the
think
day.
radio's gonna last forever because of everything?
It's free, yeah.
Because I know it's free, definitely, but the reason why I said it is because of so many outlets now, with, you know, where your Apple Music, Tidal, and Spotify, and
radio is gonna continue. Radio is gonna continue 1,000% because it's a free service, and also it's a community station. You know what I'm saying? You're getting, so when Hurricane Sandy came, most people were listening to the radio to see what was going on in the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You probably didn't have a TV. You probably
But
didn't,
then again, you're talking
true.
about late 2012 to 2013. Now, 2017 going to 18, it feels like
so if
it's more digital.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just feel like, the reason why I'm saying is, I feel like, do you feel like...
And I'm not just saying that just because I work at a radio
No.
station.
But I want to get your opinion because you work in a radio station. That's why.
Yeah. And it's the same thing for magazines too. Like, magazines are still gonna be around, not as much as they are now, but
like, you know what? You said it perfect. Like, back in the days, I was obsessed and I used to collect them. The Source magazine.
Yeah.
Is it a bigger impact? Like, it's not the same impact as you being part of it.
It's definitely not the same impact. 1,000%.
And that's what I'm saying. With radio, do you think in the next 5 or 10 years, like, you being an artist, say, you know what, I'm gonna take my record to this app to play it before I go to Hot97 or Power 105? You know, because now you have a lot of listeners that are listening to a lot of different stuff.
You got to realize, like, everybody's in different places. Like, for example, like, your podcast is on every single platform ever. Now, there's not one particular platform where everybody in the world is on. Because back in the day, like, there was only radio, television, and that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
So your audiences are divided, but the most listeners that can be reached is usually through radio when it comes to, like, music and
Which
stuff like
is
that.
like the central
so, like,
spot.
so, like, you can still build a following online and everything. Like, you have millions of followers and, like, and all that other stuff. But if you want to become, like, national and global and stuff like that, usually radio helps you out because it's gonna be on repeat, you know, and then you'll be in different markets and you'll be exposed more. Like, same thing, like, if you're an actor, you know, we all know the there's certain actors that is in our realm, like there's certain black actors that only do black films or whatever. But then there's there's the Will Smiths, you know what I'm saying? There's that can be like, you can say his name in China, you can say his name in in wherever in Africa, you know what I'm saying, and people will know what it is. So there's a difference, like when you're on like television or wherever, and then when you're in like big blockbuster hits and stuff like that. So it's the same thing with like radio helps push your stuff and make it more familiar with other people in a wider, and you have a wider audience to like listen to it.
True.
That's dope.
Now I just got a personal question, just personal for me.
Be careful how personal.
No.
I don't eat ass. I told you.
As a DJ, someone that's into hip hop, and you're around that atmosphere of radio, is New York hip hop ever gonna come back?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I just needed to ask that.
Why
absolutely.
people always say that? Like it never left nowhere.
It didn't leave. But I'm just saying, is it gonna come? Do you feel like that same feeling?
But it never left. Like I don't understand. Like people, New York is coming back.
It left.
How?
For a long time.
Okay, just because it's not on your top radio, you know what I mean? Like,
but
people still doing it.
You could say the same thing about radio, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? There's still people doing it. It's different if people stop doing it.
No,
just because
of course
the other,
it didn't disappear.
Like,
but I'm saying the top
on the
spot,
mainstream.
On
the mainstream level.
On the mainstream
the thing
level.
is now it feels like if you don't do trap music, you're not gonna get on the radio. You know what I mean?
And that's exactly why I asked that question.
We're playing that Logic record. You know what I'm saying? That's not trap.
The what? The homicide one? The 1-800 whatever?
God damn.
Homicide.
Just say the 1-800 song. The 1-800 song.
Yeah. 1-800.
The homicide record.
I mean,
you're gonna get a letter, by the way.
I mean, it definitely sounds like a radio record, especially the girl that's on it. Yeah. I'm a big fan of
Alicia Cara.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of music, man.
I wish I was. Whew, man.
But do you feel like New York hip hop, street hip hop?
Yeah.
Is ever gonna reach that stage
give me a
street hip hop?
Like let's say,
I don't know if we're gonna go back to like the 90s where like grime was in. You know what I'm saying?
Like when DMX
give me a song that was hot back in the days on the radio that if it would drop now, they won't play it.
Rough Riders Anthem.
Okay.
They'll probably play it.
I don't think so. Right now,
a hit's a hit, man.
I mean, it's a hit, but I mean.
But do you think because the aggressive of the record, that's what you're trying to say? Like they want to play like
it's just like
we're playing that what's that kid from Brooklyn 6ix9ine?
Yeah, 6ix9ine.
Yeah, 6ix9ine. My bad. Yeah. We just play them.
No, but I'm saying like on the level that
you gotta
played.
All right, but you gotta listen. You got all right. So now you're talking about the audience now. Do you think the audience is gonna accept that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's not about us if we're gonna play it. Like we can play it as much as we want.
Yeah.
Are y'all gonna listen to it? At the end of the day, do you want to hear that at 6 a.m?
But that's so a lot of people complain. Like,
well, the thing is, like me, my favorite show of Hot 97. I don't know if you are familiar with it. Back in the days, I was talking about this is like 2000, 2001. It was with P Rock and Marley Marl. Right?
Oh wow!
Future Flavors.
That was on Hot?
Yeah, Sunday nights. It was from 9 to 10.
You sure that was on Hot or BLS?
No, it was Hot 97.
Oh wow!
It was from 10 to 11, and then 11 o'clock was DJ Stretch Armstrong took over.
I know Pete. I know Pete did something, but I didn't know
and
Marley.
Back in the day,
I didn't know Marley did something.
And
with
then
him.
that music, like. That's where I heard like the street music that it was like wow.
Rosenberg,
but it was Hot 97.
Rosenberg.
You still got K Slay. You still got K Slay.
Yeah.
Still doing
which not for nothing. A lot of people don't give him credit, but K Slay is the reason why Ether broke on Hot 97.
Say it again.
Niggas didn't want Ether on Hot 97, bro.
Say it again.
And K Slay did it.
So it's his fault.
Say it again.
It's his fault.
No, but honestly, K Slay has one of my favorite shows on the station.
Nah,
he has one of my favorite shows on the station.
Yeah,
he kept it so authentic. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like that's a person that's never changed his format, and he still continues to give people shots. Yeah. Always. And I talk to him all the time. Like, he's super dope.
Yeah.
You be on the radio when he's there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Drewski gives a lot of people, like, you know, especially
Shout out to the new
Tri-State.
movement.
You know what I'll be laughing though?
Drewski's another mentor, man. He's dope.
But Drewski, yo, like I be hating that I be seeing his flyers and now like they don't even put the Hot97 logo now. They be like loving hip hop Drewski.
Yeah,
come on, man. You know he's with my 97.
Yeah.
But I think it's time for the Central Spotlight, man.
Yeah, let's go.
Wait, what's that?
You gonna explain it? You gonna explain it?
Like, y'all about to hit me with the...
It's a Central Spotlight, something we started in our second season, which we ask you questions, we put you under pressure, and you gotta answer them. Now, you're not gonna get away like the question with Big Pun we asked you before. This one you have to tell us.
Well, y'all can't be asking me shit like that, though. I gotta go back to work, man. Like, so what you said what? You said that's better than what?
Yeah.
So,
like, yo.
So we're gonna ask you these
Tony
questions,
Central, man.
And then and you gotta answer them yes, no, and why. It's not just yeah, and that's it. Nah, if you like whatever.
Oh damn.
So, ready for a Central Spotlight?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mello.
All right. So, first question: you ever seen the movie Space Jam?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. So you could pick 5 DJs.
Yeah.
To steal their abilities and become the best DJ.
Man, easy.
Which 5 DJs are you picking, and what abilities are you stealing from them?
Well, let me name them first. But Flex, Mr. C, DJ Mello, Jazzy Jeff, and there's one more. There's one more in there that I don't know that I'm trying to say. Hold on. Fuck it. No, I'll just say Cypher Sounds too. All right, Funk Flex. His energy, he has energy.
Yeah.
And also his drive as well too. Mr. C, he's a monster in the club. I don't know if y'all ever been to a Mr. C club.
No.
He's a monster. He got that confidence and he has knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Flex has knowledge too, but like Mr. C is like, he's a Bible. Like he's like a music Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said DJ Mello. Mello.
His energy is crazy.
Yeah, his energy's dope. But like, my thing with him, like his swag, his work ethic, like he's always working. He's still making mixes. He doesn't even have to make mixes. He still makes mixes, puts it on SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? He's always on top of his like social media. He's always in the club every single night. So that Jazzy Jeff. He's just a cut master. He could just cut up anything.
Yeah.
He can cut his life away. So his skills. And who was the last person I said? Syph. Oh, his humor. You know what I'm saying?
Personality.
Like, yeah, I'm not a funny dude, but his humor, like I wish I was as funny as him. Yes.
That'd be a crazy.
That's one of the hottest drops.
If you think about that combination, you put all them qualities together into a DJ. That's a crazy.
It's crazy. Like work ethic, determination, humor,
energy,
skill, energy, like all that. Like I that's what I want to become.
Yeah.
That's the way you phrase it though. I like that.
Now I have a question, right?
Yeah.
You got 24 hours.
24 hours.
If you could resurrect somebody from the past, and only be with them for 24 hours, who would it be and what would you do with them?
Probably Gandhi. I know it's mad random, but
Gandhi, that's a dope.
I know it's random. I swear, I know it's random.
And what would you do with Gandhi though?
I honestly just want to talk to him. I really just want to talk to him.
But what if he don't want to sit there and just be like, yo?
Nah, he would. He would.
He would. Brought me back for this?
Nah, he would. I would chop it up with him, just like kind of just ask him how he did it. To be honest with you, like what really drove him to, because like that takes a lot of balls. Like it takes a lot of balls to like go up against like the government and like trying to fight for your people and stuff like that or whatever. So I don't know. I was always curious about him. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was dope. And I just realized he's a great guy. Like I would want to learn like his mannerisms, like being calm and like, because I'm a big fan of those people like I don't know if y'all remember in school, like there's those people that just sleep through class, not give a fuck.
Yeah.
They get A's. And I'd be pissed. Yo, I remember in college, like I was graduating, and they were like, all right, shout out to all the people who, like, what's the highest honor or something like that? Like, the people that, like, basically got, like, all A's and, like, was on the dean's list.
Yeah.
Yo, there was this one girl, yo, I thought she was dumb as hell. Because, she, like, no, she's my friend, too. Like, no disrespect to her. Like, I thought she was dumb. I thought she was dumb as hell. And, like, she stood up, and it was, like, literally 5 people that stood up out of, like, hundreds of people. And I was like, yo, you, what? I thought she was slacking. Nah, she was studying. Nah, but I'm a big fan of those people that like are really calm on the outside, and like you don't really like, but like they're beasts. They're beasts. So like they don't really show it too much. Like I like that composure. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at like somebody like a Drewski. You know what I'm saying? Drewski's like he's very chill and calm, but he's a beast. Mark Zuckerberg. You know what I'm saying? Like he's chill and calm. He looks kind of nerdy, but he's a bully. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a beast. True. So like I'm a big fan of those.
So you bring back Gandhi, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So next.
Well, I thought I was gonna say like
Yeah. No, I mean
Jay Dilla.
Word. All right. Next question. You could have any superpower in the world.
Yeah.
What would it be? And what would your superhero name be?
Super Snow Kid.
Super Snow Kid.
That was my first
rap name?
AIM name.
Oh, AIM.
Wow, the AO.
R.I.P. AIM.
Super Snow.
Yeah.
The Super
Not because
Snow
like
Kid.
because I was a big fan of Static Shock, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But like
right.
you know, like they didn't really have anybody that was like a cool like ice like power or whatever.
What would your superhero name? I mean, what would your superhero be?
But I don't think my powers would be like snow or anything like that, whatever. But
yeah, what would the power be?
What would my powers be? I don't know. Make money appear. Like some shit.
Is that a superpower?
Yeah, man. Like, but like I wouldn't like I would be like, you know, it would be like Clark Kent and like, you know, Superman. Like I wouldn't tell anybody. But like if somebody needed bread, I would just like make it appear. I'm like, you know, hey, yo, it's $100 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's more like magic.
Yeah.
I don't know if that counts as superpower.
My bad. Nah, I don't know. Fly shit. I don't fucking know.
Fly.
Yeah, you know, because like you know, because I went to fly today because like the traffic is getting here was nervous.
You're gonna need to. God. Yeah, if you super snow
niggas
kid,
really live out here in Union. Like, good God.
Alright,
I'm supposed to give the address.
Alright, so the last question. You ever watch wrestling before?
Oh yeah, I used to be a huge fan.
That's enough.
Yeah.
You can answer
Stop
your
right
question.
there.
So
you know The Rock.
All right. So just in case, just to refresh your memory, in wrestling there's two terms. There's a baby face and a heel. Baby face is a good guy. Yeah. The heel is the bad character.
Yeah.
So if you could tell the world who Mike Medium is, if you were baby face or heel, and if you could describe him as a character from the wrestling times, from the old times to now, who would it be?
I'm probably both, low key. Like on the surface, I'm probably babyface, but I'm probably a heel underneath.
And who would you say as a character?
Which wrestler?
I was a big Chris Benoit fan, man, back in the day.
Wow.
Cripple across face, man.
He's amazing, yo.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. I be hating the fact they don't want to put him in the Hall of Fame, yo. But
rest in peace,
but
Benoit.
I mean, what he did.
I understand.
Like they're not gonna put OJ. Like, come on, man. Like, you know, nobody's gonna throw OJ's name like that out there no more. Like, people still scared to throw out Cosby's name out there as like one of the best comedians. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna say this. If
or
you
want
to hear
vocalists.
an interesting story, go on YouTube and put Benoit conspiracy.
Chris Benoit?
Yeah. It's pretty interesting saying that he didn't even do none of that. Like
I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Because I was a fan of him. Like
I was a huge fan of him.
And it's like
Benoit was
and it's
dope.
like and he
X-Pac,
died.
Him
like,
and Eddie
Dudley
Guerrero.
Boys.
And the thing is, he died.
Eddie Guerrero,
He died at his peak. Like he was about to like go off. Like,
Yeah.
and it's boom right there. It just happened. Like
And the way it happened, it was just like wow.
Yeah, I felt so bad for him, man.
But that's dope.
Yo, but you got through the Central Spotlight. Yeah.
X-Pac too, by the way. Sorry. Shout X-Pac.
But you know, we appreciate you coming to be part of this episode.
Nah, I appreciate y'all inviting me through, man. Like this is actually pretty dope. You know what I'm saying?
Good looking. Now, yo, if before you go,
I was gonna say let me shout out all my shit.
Wait, hold on. Any last words of motivation for anybody coming up that may be looking at you and, you know, be inspired by what you're doing?
Find a mentor. That'll cut your struggle in half. Not even a half. That'll cut your struggle, period. Find a mentor. So basically, don't listen to anybody that isn't where you want to be. Okay. That's probably the best advice.
Or not doing what you want to do.
Or not doing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to anything ever outside of that.
Right.
That's just my opinion. Like, for example, like there was somebody that wasn't doing shit, and like they were telling me like, yo, you should do this, that, and the third, and I was listening to them, and I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense. But listening to the people that are actually where I want to be, they're like, yo, you need to like start doing this, that, and the third, and like da 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 or whatever, and it got me further. It got me a whole lot further, and I still listen to my parents. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know, I'm a big fan of having a mentor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you can ask anybody, because people are like they like to get the ego stroke. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like you be like, yo, I want to work under you and all that stuff like that, whatever. Like they'll let you work under them. Like somebody told me a story. Like there was an artist and they hired a manager, a road manager, all that stuff like that. But they wanted their family to be under them and work and pay their family. So what they did was they're like, all right, so you're my road manager, not the family member. So they got a road manager, and then they had the family member intern under the road manager. So then that person, like, you know, got the coffee and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, they learned what that person did, and they were in the same room as that person whenever they went around. So the people were familiar with the road manager and the family member. So then after a year, the person fired the road manager and hired their family member. Wow. So it's the same thing when you have a mentor. Like, you are literally you're literally their shadow. So you're in their rooms all the time. So like, say they got a big event, they need you there because they're gonna, you know, rely on you to get them their stuff. So like, you're doing bitch work, but you're also like getting your face out there. So anytime somebody sees you at a club or whatever, you're like, yo, hey, what's up, man? You used to work with such and such. Like, oh yeah. So then you're gonna gain access, and you're gonna build a bond with those people as well. And then you're gonna be able to branch off and do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? So then, and then you also learn their work ethic and how they got to where they are. Right. So like, you realize you can't sleep until 10 a.m. anymore. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wake up at 6, maybe 5, maybe 4. You know what I'm saying? So that you can knock out all your work early, and then you could have more time to do your own shit. You know what I'm saying? So then you have a regiment, so that they have a schedule. So every week they always analyze what they did previously and then what they're gonna do next week. Or all right, this on Friday, we schedule all our tweets from this day until Monday, whatever. So then you don't have to worry about anything. And if something happens, you're just on top of shit better because you know what that person is doing to become successful. They'll always show you some stuff. Yeah. So having a mentor is key. Reading books is key. You know what I'm saying? So read a book, have a mentor. And then, you know, anything that doesn't require talent, like, you know, just being on time. And when I say being on time, if you're scheduled to be at 8, don't be at 8. Be here at 7:30, maybe 7 o'clock. Every time I go to work, like, I'm not supposed to be at work till like in the afternoon, but I always come like 10 a.m., 11, 12. You know what I'm saying? Because I just, you know, I also build rapport with other people, and then also knock out other work, you know what I'm saying, as well too, my own stuff or whatever. But, you know, being there early, you know what I'm saying, staying late, being personable with people, you know what I'm saying, talking to people, you know what I'm saying, always trying to like connect with somebody. So, you know, those are the 3 things. Have a mentor, you know, make sure you're talking to people, make sure you're personable, and then reading books, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, there's a lot of information in books, you know what I'm saying. People, when they write their books, like, they tell you everything, you know what I'm saying, and they give you the blueprint simplistically, like, they break it down. I told you, when I read the book in school, it taught me how to like get an internship, but, you know, I got a job instead. You know, so just those things will help you come to, like, for y'all, like, if y'all was trying to like, you know, do this podcast thing, y'all should probably talk to like, you know, Syfe himself or Rosenberg, you know what I'm saying, or talk to like
we would love to, just to try to get a
or Combat Jack, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
We would love to, but it's just that sometimes it's hard to get in contact with them because they be in contact so many times. You know what I mean?
Well, have you tried it?
Well, no. Well, Peter, with Peter Rose, what we did.
What y'all say to him? I was like, yo, come do a podcast.
Yeah, to do like an episode.
And what did he say?
We never got an answer.
Okay, so then the thing is with that is like, say you don't get the person or whatever, then who's next to them? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta. Yeah. I mean, I'm clear. I know y'all looking at me right now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
We'll have a conversation. We'll have a conversation.
Good with Michael Media now.
We'll have a conversation. But my thing is this is like, you gotta.
I mean, what you saying is true, because besides you saying that, I wanted to ask you one last thing is, where we come from, you know, Union City and you know, the Hudson County, and there's a lot of artists, you know, that came before us and even after us. Like, what will you tell them, especially that you're a DJ, not just for clubs, but you also in Hot 97? Like, what is advice that you give them? Because I'm pretty sure everybody wants to do the same thing. Because
it's insane. Yeah, entertainment is the same as like anything. Like, I'm a DJ, you're an artist. Like, we're all, like, you're a comedian, whatever. Like, actor, we all gotta hustle and like bustle. Just everybody's trying to do what we're all doing. And my thing is like, you gotta obviously like build your own success as well. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, like for me, I gotta get my name out there more. You know what I'm saying? Or like, if you're an artist, you gotta get your name out there more. So, and you gotta, you know, create quality music at the end of the day. You know. So your question is like, how do they get what on, just kind of branch
like,
out,
like what we like us. I'm gonna talk for myself. Me growing up in Union City, our dream is to get a Hot 97, Power 105, but we feel like if we don't have the money, it's impossible to get in there.
Well, no. I mean,
so I'm saying like,
but my thing is this, like, you got to use radio as a tool. Like, just because, like, say your record gets played on the radio. Because I've researched this, you know what I'm saying? Like they said before, like, if your records get played on radio, they play for a couple of weeks. What's gonna happen after that?
Mm-hmm. You know, that's a big question that a lot of artists probably have trouble answering.
Because like, there's people that got their record played. Like, once again, K-Slay plays people that you don't know about every week.
Yeah,
Drewski plays people that you don't hear about. Yeah, that you that are unknown every week. Peter Rosenberg plays people that are unknown every week. So what's the thing that you guys as an artist are doing after that to get yourself into another level? Yeah. The radio is supposed to be like, not radio, but like, even like, you know, anything else, like when you're on a bigger platform, it's just another avenue to kind of get you to the next thing.
Yeah, like, you know,
a
stepping stone.
Yeah. So like, back in the day, I used to think like, yo, if I was on like websites like, you know, like Two Dope Boy or Ill Roots, like, I'm gonna be like famous, or like I'm gonna have a lot of followers or whatever.
Yeah,
like, and I've gotten posted on there before and nothing changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't have the momentum like it did.
So you like, definitely should have like
you need to have a momentum.
Yeah.
And then once there's a demand and it starts getting on the radio, then what's gonna happen after that? I mean, and this is from my experience. You know what I'm there's other people that can break down the analytics. But like, once you get that momentum and then there's a demand for it, then you get put on radio. Then other people are gonna start liking it, and then it's gonna even be bigger. And then that's when you start going to the next level. And then maybe you get like, you know, stuff on TV, or like, and then you get interviews, and then now you're gonna use that as leverage to like tour and stuff like that. So then you're gonna have fan bases all over. Because now it took you nationally, so like, you're gonna be able to tour, and then you're gonna start making a living, making $100,000 a year or $200,000, like whatever, you know. So that's just my way of doing it. Because like, you can definitely get played on there, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? You submit your music, if it's good, if it's great, it's gonna make it there.
What you gonna do after?
You know what I'm saying? And also now, like, they just put something together for the who's next. Where like, if you go to the Facebook Messenger, you can submit your music, and then people like us will rate it, and then whoever makes it to the top, they'll get selected to go on to who's next, and then you get featured on our website and all that. Like, you get the whole rundown. So you gotta just whatever is the best will rise, and then it'll come together. But it's the same thing. Like me, like, I'm in the same situation. Like, I think that, like, you know, me being on radio, like, of course I'm on a radio, but I don't have like millions of followers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? But like, I gotta create that momentum. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and that'll also help. So like, I'm one of those people that's been in the background for a while, so I've been doing this for years. But then now I feel like within the last year, literally probably this year, is when like people are starting to hear about me more a little bit.
Yeah.
So now all things are coming to fruition. Like, the TV show just started happening, and then, you know, the whole mixing. I've been mixing on there for like 3 years now. So like, it's all coming into motion a little bit more.
Momentum's picking up.
So it's coming in there.
That's a
Like, it took Juicy like 8 years to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it takes time.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out social media.
Oh yes. www.michaelmedium.com. Does anybody say www anymore? No, right?
I don't know.
michaelmedium.com, twitter.com/michaelmedium, Instagram @michaelmedium, SoundCloud Michael Medium, Mixcloud Michael Medium, everything Michael Medium across the board. Follow me, and then book me, bookmichaelmedium@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
Yeah.
Word.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, thank you for
man.
coming through.
Tony Central. This is probably the longest podcast I've ever been on.
Yeah,
Like 2.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we in here putting in time. Episode 39. Kenny Maneuvers in the building.
Season 2.
Yo, Root Blaze. Cloudy.
You got Chris, a.k.a. the substitute teacher.
Everybody fall asleep. Cali on the camera.
yeah,
Shout out to Juan Gordo.
Yo, yeah,
and
word,
the injury
man.
list.
Yeah, shout out to Ephraim. Yo, shout out to everybody, man. We out
And
here.
we'll definitely see y'all next week.
Yeah,
Tune in every Wednesday. 1.
Peace.
Don't forget to subscribe to get all the new episodes first. Thank you. See you next time on the Tony Central Podcast.